could be a factor. As warm as it is, could be a factor late in the game. And Brian, we've seen it happen many, many times, throughout the years.
That's exactly what I was going to mention. This August, this heat, it's supposed to be a partly cloudy day, and I haven't seen the parts of the clouds anywhere around. But
it's cooler than it was, though.
And I'm going to give you a temperature report when I get down there, and I'm going to see how hot that turf is. It's a whole lot worse. It's hot here in the press box, and I can imagine how they are down there. So cramps. We're going to see how early in the ball game that cramps become a factor. If they do become a factor, well, you never know. There's so many unknowns in the first game of the season. So it'll be really interesting to see how it unfolds.
And Brian, while you're down there, I noticed you mentioned the temp at kickoff, and one of our prime sponsors is Dale's Heating and Air.
Absolutely.
I told one of their top guys, his name is Derek, and he's responsible directly for advertising. And I was slipping out to get over here to join you guys. Right now, I left him on my front porch negotiating with my wife for a brand new Dale's Heating and Air heat pump.
Boy, there you go.
Oh, brother. So take it from me, folks. If you've got air conditioning problems, just call Dales.com.
That's it. Boy, Earl's on top of his game, isn't he, Gary?
We're going to take a quick break here on the Buzz 101.3 in our Food City pregame portion program, where all of our games are brought to you by Host Supply Group. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more live coverage here, as kickoff is 7 o'clock tonight, and I don't know if people remember that, but all Brainerd games are 7 o'clock, except the one road game at Ray County that will be 7:30. The rest of them will be 7 o'clock, either here or on the road. Back in 2 minutes.
At Whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day after day after day.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through
That's on our pregame portion program brought to you by Food City on the Buzz 101.3. By the way, across town, the Raiders are home tonight, hosting Red Bank. 7:30 kickoff there. Big home opener down at Lake Forest tonight. They've got their home opener for the Varsity there tonight. We'll get you an update from Mr. Andy Jenkins as that happens there. Walkabout tomorrow night. They'll be playing at Notre Dame. And then we also got to mention this. Brian and I'll be down to Ooltewah tomorrow night on Mix 104.1 with Ooltewah and East Hamilton in a huge rivalry game at the Owl's Nest, clashing there at Ooltewah, who had a bad year last year. Got a new coach. So, that's the way it goes sometimes. But guys, getting back to today's game, Earl, I know the history with these two teams is very short. We didn't play for a long time until after 1984 until last year, simply because, one thing, they're in a different classification.
Yep.
and we had to fill the void last year to get that 10th game, so we picked them up last year.
We had a 37-year lapse
37.
from 1984. We played 4 straight times, 81, 82, 83, and 84, and then didn't play again until 1 year ago at Finley Stadium. So this is the 6th meeting between the Bears and the Panthers. The Bears hold a pretty good edge there, 4 wins to 1 defeat.
I'd take that.
Right, 33-6 last year. So
that's our Southern Heritage Moment, a historical fact brought to you by Bradley High School football there, Earl. And we'll have all those facts for you like each week. Next week, we might mention this too, guys. We got 4 straight home games this year. Last year, we had 4 straight road games. We got this game with Brainerd. We got Walker here next week. Cleveland the week after that, McMinn the week after that, and down the road, Farragut's coming here and Maryville's coming here.
Yeah, it's a very
along with
attractive
I mean, you cannot
schedule.
beat that kind of schedule there.
Yeah.
But, well, Brian, your initial thoughts. We're going to have you on the air with us throughout the game, highlight some plays, and we're going to actually have a live halftime interview with Coach Damon Floyd and I as they leave the field going to the dressing room.
I'm going to be tagging along with Coach Floyd and get a couple of thoughts, just like they do on prime time on Saturday, ABC, Earl. Yes, sir. And so we're looking forward to that. Get some thoughts just right off the cuff with Coach Damon Floyd, and we'll be giving crowd reports. It's a late arriving crowd today, as a matter of fact, because everybody's sitting in the air conditioning until the last second, I'm sure. And it's going to be a great night for football.
And we might want to plug Travis Adams in his left field lounge over there. Some of the best barbecue you ever put in your mouth. That guy may be a baseball coach, but that guy can cook to beat the band there.
He's a master chef.
He is. And we'll salute the Taziki's Restaurant Fan of the Week this week. That's Rebecca Maddox. Miss Rebecca Maddox. Saluted by Taziki's Restaurant, the Target Shopping Center, and you can visit him at tazikis.com. Earl will have the Honda Cleveland starting lineup here a little bit later on, maybe not for Brainerd, but certainly for the Bears when it gets closer to game time there. But guys, you can just feel the excitement in the air here. We can smell the barbecue down here cooking, and it's just driving us all crazy.
Can we ever?
Hot dogs, popcorn, all that good things. And the Bradley Band is assembling on the field. A new band director this year, Nolan Palace. And Ashley Garner's his assist this year. And they're going to be providing a post-game, welcome for the Bears and a typical salute they do there. They're performing a halftime and again postseason because all those band parents work concessions during the game because they need the money. And with 7 home games, Earl and Brian, last year we were strapped for cash with 3 home games and the expense of 7 travel games. This year, we got 7 teams coming here, and maybe more if we play it right and get in the playoffs and host a game or 2.
That's exactly right. And I want to throw some kudos out to the band. They are in full uniform tonight, and they make me sweat just looking at them out there. And they're ready to crank it up here. So the band just adds to the atmosphere.
There you go.
They really. You can see that they're in long sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't look like a long sleeve shirt. It looks like they're wearing jackets.
It is.
I feel for them. They have to be hot.
The only thing missing is the big fez that they used to wear.
Now, it does look good.
Oh, yeah, they're in fine shape.
Had an interview earlier this week with Nolan Palace, the new director. It's out on YouTube and BCHS.tv. I hope you had a chance to watch that and check it out. He's got some different ideas. They're going to have a lot of competition. And we talked about, Earl, you've been here before, the ABC Bradley Classic band competition. When it has rained for 2 or 3 days. That field just got absolutely ripped to pieces. And no problem with that now.
Yeah, they started the old Bradley Classic at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and would go until close to midnight all afternoon, and then come back for the finals, they called it, in the evening. And after you have 18, 20 bands or so trampling around on regular turf, it can be a muddy mess if you've had rain.
He's looking for 20 bands. I think it's September the 19th or something like that. If they want to have that. And he said they will be performing the Bradley Band, but since they're hosting it, they can't compete for the trophies and things, but they'll be performing, as their program. And tonight, I don't recall in the interview if he said they were going to march tonight, if they were just going to stand and play tonight. But anyway, they looked really good tonight under new direction there. And Andrew Coggin, he did a great job here as well. So we wish him well in his future endeavors.
I just noticed too, just since I left, we used to have 10, maybe 12 cheerleaders. You look at this.
Yeah.
From end zone to end zone.
About 20 now.
And they have to have 20 or more.
That's
Is that
impressive.
what they have, 20 now?
I think it's 20.
Oh,
at
my
least.
goodness. Hey, they all do a great job, so I guess you just keep increasing the number.
That's right.
I was talking to one of the tumblers today who's in the boot, and you see her down here at the 25-yard line. She broke her toe doing a tumble act in preseason practice now.
My.
But
Taking
anyway,
one for the team tonight.
yeah. Let's take another quick break here on the Buzz 101.3 Game supplied by Wholesale Supply Group as we continue with the Food City pregame portion program, and we'll be back in just a couple of moments. And remind folks too that Brian's going to be on the field for the coin toss. So as he gets close to that, we're going to kick Brian out of the press box here and have him go down the field. But we're still a few minutes away from that. Back in 2 minutes here with more coverage on the Buzz 101.3.
At Whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day after day after day.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
Back here at Bear Stadium on opening night, it is Thursday, folks, and I still have some kids here at school. They said, "Margaret, come to school tomorrow," because it seemed like Friday all day long to us. The kids, boy, they were just fired up. They had a football player, they were tackling each other in the hallway. Literally, I mean, just goofing off with fired up and his staff. So you have to change his staff. I think this season, Jeffrey Brewer is now there. Just a few years ago, he's now on the staff, and Tucker Steele's on the staff. He's a former player. Easton Clark's on the staff, former player there. So there's a lot of black and gold, and Damon loves that. You know, he played for the Bears.
Brett Standifer, his own quarterback.
Yes.
I was thinking back. Brett was our starting quarterback 9 years ago this month.
Yeah, he mentioned that in the interview with with Damon this week, and I said, look around, 17th season now. Look across town, look up town, look at the other region. Yep. Coaches changes. But here's old Steady, Mr. Steady.
Yep.
Dame's 16 years. And I think it really means something to have worn the black and gold.
Well, you mentioned every news media writer in the East Tennessee area also mentions with that 12 straight playoff appearances.
Exactly.
If you keep your staff, the continuity of that, a good coaching staff, you'll build a program, not just have 2 or 3 good seasons.
Well, Damon preaches the family atmosphere.
Yep.
And bringing all these, you can't wait to get more of his old players to come back and coach and give them a shot and help them out. And he's done that ever since he's been here.
And while we got a minute before the game, let's go to Earl for the starting line for Honda of Cleveland. Here's at least the Bear lineup and some of the skill players for Brainerd.
All right, the Honda of Cleveland starting lineup as we start a new season, 2022, for the Bradley Bears. Starting on offense, the big five guys up front from tackle to tackle. At left tackle will be Luke Keith. He's a returning starter from last year, along with Brody Morgan, only two of them. So three new guys move into that up front five. Luke Keith, number 65. He's 6'5", 245, junior. At left guard will be Eugene Peterson, number 77. Eugene is 6'4", 265, junior. The guy over the ball, the center, is Bryson Bivens this year, number 55. Bryson's 5'10", 235, junior. At right guard, Jacob Page, another new addition to the starting five up front. Jacob is number 62, 5'11", 195, junior. And a returning starter and also one of the captains this year at right tackle is number 51, Brody Morgan, 5'10", 240, and a senior, and he is, according to Coach Floyd, the strongest man on the entire squad in that weight room. Brody Morgan, captain and right tackle. The wide receiver core, and I'll mention four of these guys will usually be on the field at any one time. Demarius Ballard, number 10, 6'1", 185, junior. Jay Allen Terry, who will also be running the football at times, but Jay Allen is going to be one of the prime targets. He's number 4, just had a great freshman year. He's just a sophomore, folks. He's 5'10". And Knox Watson will be number 2. He's in the tight end or H-back position, and if you're counting up, we'll have 12 on offense, but one of these guys will drop out of the starting wide receiver core. Knox is number 2. He's 5'9", 190, and a senior. That leaves 2 guys, folks, and they're in the spotlight. Jackson Wilson is the running back, number 22, and boy, has he had 2 outstanding seasons coming in to his junior year this year. Jackson is 6 foot, 195, a junior, and he expects to get the football 20 to 25 times a game. And the man who runs the show is none other than junior Alex Walker, replacing our last year's starting quarterback, Adam McClary. Aiden McClary, I'm sorry. That Adam is his dad. Aiden McClary. Alex Walker is, he quarterbacked the JV team last year to an undefeated season, and Alex is 6 foot, 180, a junior. He'll be wearing jersey number 12.
All right.
Gary, so that's the offense.
That's the Honda of Cleveland, and we'll do the defense later on. We're going to get to the national anthem and prayer in just a minute. While we can, let's take another 1-minute break. A 1-minute break. Be back more live coverage on our Food City pregame portion program here on the Buzz 101.3.
At Whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day after day after day.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life.
Back here at Bradley Center, getting ready for the presentation for national anthem, and we're going to go to the mic with Miss Addie Frazier, who's going to lead us.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church.
And we got a couple of mics here.
Our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose,
and this will be a freshman.
And go make a difference. So that's what we're
Addie Frazier, going to she's going to lead the student prayer. So we're good to go anytime.
I was told the place I was looking.
Miss Addie Frazier, freshman, is going to have the national anthem presented by Gracie Glover. I'm trying to get the mic set up.
Please stand with your hat for prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for giving us the opportunity to gather together this evening. I pray for a hedge of protection around our players, cheerleaders, coaches, fans, and officials. I pray for good sportsmanship on both sides and that we honor you throughout the game. I pray, amen. God bless and go Bears. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
This will be our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, boy, Earl, I just keep being amazed at how good these young students are, the talent.
Some tremendous talent here on campus, and that was another great job with the national anthem.
Senior Gracie Glover. And we're getting close to kickoff here. Here come the captains out on the field for Bradley. Brainerd's captains, I'm sure, are gathered over there as well. The junior ROTC, by the way, came out with the colors. The Bradley band is moving into the formation where they welcome the rest of the team onto the field. Here come the coaches. And the captains will lead the Bears down the Chief Bill Frazier. Chief Robinson. There comes the 2001 at center field. Waiting. I see them down there. They're still outside down there in the end zone. I have to get them more involved in the game here tonight. You're listening to the Buzz 101.3, where we'll have Bradley Central football all season long for you. All of our games after night will be on Friday night. Be here next Friday for Walker Valley as they come across town. The following Friday will be Cleveland and McMinn County. So we've got 4 huge opening games, and none bigger than the one here tonight. And Coach Floyd, when I talk to him, he will not let me talk past the next opponent. He just will not do it. He'll stop you dead in your tracks and tell you, yep, we're talking Brainerd, nobody else.
One game at a time,
yep,
week to week. That's the marks of a successful coach.
His rep now is one rep at a time. Every single play means something. It's like in basketball. Yep. You got to take care of the ball every single play. The Bears are in the end zone down there, dressed out again in black tops, white pants, white jerseys. They're fired up. The cheerleaders are here. They're going to raise that big banner. They got it up just in time, says Bear territory. And the student body is throwing out, oh, mercy, all this baby powder, whatever it is they throw.
And that is some colorful baby powder.
I'm glad I'm not sitting there.
Blue, pink, green.
And let's see if Brian Grissom can check in with us from down on the field there. Brian, you there, bud?
Yes, sir. I am walking along with the referees. There's a great crowd on hand down there. The atmosphere is absolutely fantastic. We're about ready to get things kicked off. And this is the Crawford Pharmacy sideline report. And we really appreciate the folks at Crawford Pharmacy for helping us make this possible.
They have been big supporters of Bradley Central sports and in the community, a lot of different ones there. But, yep, glad to have them here with us again tonight. And Brian will be on the field as we get ready for the officials to walk the team captains out there. Brainerd's captains are not out there yet. Brainerd's roster was lacking their grades and their weights and position in a lot of cases, but we figured a lot of that out, but not all of it. But we'll try to keep you informed as best we can with Brainerd. We certainly know the players and names and numbers. And let's go, Brian, real quick. How about a temperature check down there, if you can?
The pregame temperature, Gary, it is hot down here, I'll tell you. 91, 92 degrees. I say that's cool. But thank you so much for Dale's Heating and Air for sponsoring our weather report. And fellas, I'll tell you what, as soon as the sun goes down, there's a 100% chance of darkness tonight. Followed by periods of light in the morning. Back up to you guys.
And right before we have our coin toss and our kickoff, Springdale Heating and Air, another one of our great sponsors joining us here. Springdale Heating and Air, old-fashioned and friendly, always more than your money's worth. That's 479-6363. Springdale Heating and Air, 479-6363. We appreciate them being part of this. We've got a lot of great sponsors. And Earl, I'm just fired up. I'm ready for this. I know Brian is too, and he's going to walk out with the officials. Try to get a mic close enough so we can hear the coin toss. Let them tell us what's going on when they walk out there. And
we are literally about 3 minutes away, maybe 4, from kicking off this brand new 2022 football season. And, hey, you can feel, Gary, a completely different atmosphere than we had 1 year ago down at Finley State. Finley Stadium is nice.
Yeah.
And it's good to occasionally play there, but it's not like Bear Stadium for an atmosphere.
Your own dressing room, your own fans, because you know you're going to have a better chance. Boy, the fans, look at this. I didn't see this a few minutes ago. It really is filled in a lot.
The home stands are almost completely filled.
And you got all these folks that like to stand up here on the backside, you know, behind the railing.
Yeah, if everybody would take a seat, it would be packed.
Yep. Mr. Palis, the new band director, he's got about 90 members. Here comes a coin toss, and we're going to wait for just a minute for Brian to get out there and walk the officials. And he'll let us get engaged, and we'll know exactly who's going to win the toss. I don't know if you want the ball or want to kick it away, but we'll find out. As Brian's midfield, and he'll be listening to the instructions that the official and the man in the white hat. We hope we don't see too many penalties tonight, but if we do, we will mention those to you because our good old sponsor is no longer Andrew Morgan, because he's in office now. He can't.
He's no longer an attorney. He's the judge.
Let's see if Brian can pick this up for us here. They're giving the instructions to the Brainerd team as well as Bradley. Brainerd will make the call since they are the visiting team. L&B Appliance is our new penalty sponsor this year, and I love L&B. Just bought a refrigerator there. But
heads or tails? It's simple. Heads or tails? What's your call?
Here's the call.
Tails he calls. If I flip it, we'll drop it in. All right? Tails is the call. It is heads. You've won the toss. Kick, receiver, defer. Defer.
They're going to defer.
And Brian, tell us what he say down there, bud.
All right, fellas, there you have it. The Bears won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. Brainerd will have the ball first. It is football time at Bradley High School. Back up to you guys.
Let's take a quick 30-second break. Come back with the kickoff here on the Buzz 101.3 in just 1/2 minute, 30 seconds away.
At Whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day after day after day.
Drops back. Brandy's going to have Grant Haney again kicking off. Grant, I've talked to him a lot today. I was working with him in class for a couple of blocks, and he said that he's kicking much deeper, placing the ball inside the 5 on a lot of occasions, so we'll see if that's true. He's looked like he's gotten a lot stronger, and he had some shorts on today, and he's got some real thick legs, so we'll see what Grant can do. Skylar Perkle is a backup, and he is a week-to-week right now. He has an injury to his hip that they're trying to figure out what that may be. And the Bears are going to take the field as Grant Haney will be number 82. We'll put it down to kickoff, and back deep for Brainerd will be number Who is that, Earl? Can you see their numbers back there?
Let me put the glasses on.
That's what I was going to do. A solo guy back deep's number 9.
Number 9.
9's deep.
Correct.
And that's going to be Reginald Hubbard.
And he's joined now by number 7.
7 is Darian Callaway. Callaway on the right, Hubbard on the left, and Grant Haney getting some last-minute instructions from one of his teammates there on the line, and we'll place the ball down, and we're ready to go here on the Buzz. 101.3, the kickoff the 2022 football season here at Bradley Central High School's Jimmy Level Field. Haney has it ready to go. He'll mark it off, and Fisher's going to step up. Clock's not set. Well, something's wrong with the clock. Here we go. Here comes the kickoff, and we're away. And now they're going to stop it, and that one goes into the 2-yard line. That was a good kick, but they whistle it dead. I'm not sure why. I don't see a flag, guys. Brian, you see a flag there anywhere?
They didn't motion for him.
Oh, he went on his own.
I think he went before the referee said, hey,
okay.
it's my time.
Yeah.
So I believe that was it, buddy.
The referee wanted some camera time there.
That's it. That's what it was.
Yep.
Another update on the temperature, guys. It's still hot.
Okay. All right. Keep us posted there.
I will.
So Hubbard and Callaway deep for the Panthers, who last year were 3-7. They made the playoffs in a small region, and they're a 3-3A team. Bradley a 6-2A team, or Region 2-6. And here comes Grant Haney. We'll re-kick this thing here. And here comes another approach to football. This time it looks like it's a legitimate kick. And this is a booming line drive. It's going to hit and bounce it. And then be bobbled back down to 5 and 4. He's going to try to get out of that mess. It's back to 5, up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And we're up short of the 20-yard line. We brought down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And let's see, they'll mark it right at the 18-yard line. 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Panthers at that point. It'll be their first play of the season here, Brainerd Panthers. And, of course, the big dog in the backfield is Donovan Thomas. Quarterback is Jeremy Ferguson. And let's see, what number is number 4, Martellus Carter. We expect to see him touch that ball a lot tonight. That's the coach's son, Martellus Carter, in his first year at Brainerd. And they'll split out. Quarterback's going to be Ferguson. Martellus Carter is going to be back in the backfield too. And they're in a tight formation here with single split outs either side. Here's the snap. It'll be a handoff to the running back. He's going to be hit and brought down immediately. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Number 8 for the Bears. That will be Marcus Goree.
And we expect to see a lot out of Mr. Goree, who is just a junior. Marcus is a 6'1", 170 pound. A yard loss back to the
Thomas.
They originally had the 19, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11 from the 18 now, they say. Initially had him marked at the 18 scrimmage. So here we go, 2nd down 11 for the Panthers. I'm not sure if they're a throwing team at all. Single outs again to both sides. And here's the handoff into the middle. And the fumble on the ground, and the Bears have it. Bears recover the fumble at the 19-yard line, looks like. Hey, Ryan.
Knox Watson got it, Gary.
Disconnect. We're off the arrow. Might be disconnect. Just reconnect.
Say this several times. I got one.
Like when we got the turnover too.
Jackson Wilson. He's gonna go. Nope, down at the 2.
Twisting, turning. Down inside the 5.
It's a 1st down.
Looks like they're going to mark it after the 3-yard line. That is 16 yards from the first scrimmage for the Bears. First down, goal to go.
To Knox Watson. Yep. 3 yards for a touchdown.
Alex Walker to the man who recovered the fumble, Knox Watson. And he's the first Bear in the den for the Bears in the 2023 season.
476-0076.
10:34.
Yep.
Taylor Dugan puts it down. Mr. Haney through the upright.
What's that?
Right up a phone.
Oh, my goodness.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
All righty.
Recover the Bears at the 19-yard line. Jackson Wilson takes the 15, and then he follows it up. Knox Watson gets a touchdown from 2 yards out early.
3 yards.
3 yards away. So the Bears have a 7-0 lead after the tackle on Grant. 10:34 to first quarter play. And they're like a 2-3 play drive, something like that.
2 plays.
2 plays.
19 yards.
19 yards. The Bears take the first lead here. After the turnover, I'm not sure who caused that turnover down there. It's 7-0 Bears with Grant Haney ready to kick off. This time he'll wait for the referee to give him the go-ahead, and here comes the go-ahead. He's way high. Larson booming kick all the way back to the 5-yard line. He'll step it up. That's going to be Hubbard for 10, 15, and hit the 20 initially. Then he'll drag down on about the 24 or so yard line. He's dragged out.
Hubbard on the return again from the 4-yard line out to the 23 and 16 yards on the Matthews 30. And taken out of bounds by Taylor Dugan.
Opening game here on Thursday night. Glad to have you folks with us. Always on the buzz. 101.3 Cleveland High School. Kick off at 7:30 tonight on Mixon 401 as they host Red Bank at home. Also tonight, tomorrow night, that will be at 7. I think at 7:30 kickoff at Notre Dame. Try to get that same set. 3 guys at back behind. Wishbone set.
Yeah.
We'll take the snap up. Oh, he's got a guy out there, but it's going to be So a penalty on the Bears, pass interference is going to be called. And let's see, they'll mark it off from scrimmage, I believe, which is the 23-yard line. I think it's going to be a result in an automatic first down anyway, but the flag was thrown way down to Bradley 46, and the Bradley player never turned around. It's going to be a 15-yard mark off to the 38. First 10 Brainerd at the 38-yard line. Their first down, and it'll be Brainerd at that point at their 38-yard line, trailing at 7-0 here in the first quarter of play. 10:20 on the scoreboard clock. And they will hold the clock to the next play. And same information. They got 3 guys behind the center. The quarterback who is under center, that's Ferguson. Long count. He will hand it off. Nope, he's going back to pass again. Looking, throwing it long. That same exact play, same place. And he caught it. Did he catch it? Caught it down at the 22-yard line. And right there, the young man. That's Hubbard. And Earl looked like we had him covered there, and again, they beat us.
And Ben Martin was coughing on the ground, so he backed off just a tad. That enabled Hubbard to catch the pass.
First and 10 for Brainerd now on that long pass down to the 33-yard line. So the Bear defense is going to have to dig in here. 29-yard gain, 10-12 to go. The clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play at the Bradley 33-yard line. So he's got an arm. He showed it there, and they're picking on Finn Mertens over that far side. Finn, remember, got injured last year and was hurt severely. Missed a lot of playing time. Here is the quarterback on the rollout. He's going to keep it himself. And he trips and falls over the turf. Nobody touched him. He just fell down there. And that's going to be, is that Carter, number 4? Yeah, Martell's Carter on the carry that time. So he'll have it gain of 3, second down and 7, ball right at the 30-yard line in Bear territory with 9:47 to go here in the opening quarter of play. You're listening to coverage here on the Buzz 101.3, where our game's supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Ready for the next snap. He's going to have twins out to the right side. Single man out left. One man in the backfield with him now. Carter's going to roll. Nearly intercepted. And a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage. Could be holding. Let's see. Maybe a chop block. Nope, it's going to be holding. Holding on Brainerd. Let's see, the flag was thrown at the 31-yard line. They'll back it up from that point of the flag. That'll be a 10-yard mark off back to the 41. So let me out here, Earl. Second down, repeat second to be second down in what? 18, 40-yard line. It's going to be second down, 17 to go. Second to 17, because that's a repeat down. The clock shows a third down, but it's actually second down over there, I believe it should be, because that was second and 7. Now they've marked it. It is correct. It's second down. They are playing in the shadows here as the sun is creeping ever so close to the horizon, thank goodness. Martell's in the shotgun now. They've switched out from under the center snap, which had Ferguson there. Snap to Carter, and there's a flag. That's going to be on Brainerd, a 5-yard mark off movement on the line. Clear from here. 5-yard more back off on the dead ball foul back to the 45 now. It's going to be second down and about 22 to go for a first down. Second about 22. And they'll back them off one more time. Brainerd Panthers here. They got a slim crowd on their side there. Good side crowd on the Bradley side here tonight. Glad to have them all here. We expect a huge crowd here next week for the Walker Valley game. Glad to have all of you listeners. I understand we've got listeners all over the country calling in or not calling in, but listening with us tonight. Glad to have you with us here, folks. So here we go. Second down at 22 to go. 9:22 to go. It's been a long first quarter already. Those penalties. And there's holding. Oh, there's flags everywhere. And Carter keeps it. And, boy, he is getting hammered. Won't go down. He gets hammered about 10 times. We're going to mark him off a big flag. Let's see, where's one of the flags right there at the 46. There's about 3 of them thrown, so they're going to mark it off from the one that's, I don't know if they mark it off from the one that's furthest back or what. They just fire those things. They go everywhere. Going to be called holding again. Backing it up to across midfield, back to the Brainerd's 40-yard line. My goodness. That one stung. They marked it for midfield. You're right, Earl. So there's another penalty for the L&B Appliance. Our good buddy Josh Taylor won one of the most recent positions in the school board for the county. Has 3 kids here. 2 of them, they're twins playing on the football team as freshmen. So second down and 37 to go. The old country mouse say trips to the right side. 1 man out left. Single man in the backfield with Martell's Carter. Again, a long count. They're looking to the sidelines like they may change the play. Yeah, I think they did change it. Was that Ferguson back in there at quarterback? And here's a pass out in the flat. It's going to be complete. And he'll pick up some yards, but he's going to be way, way short. Going to be third down, and he gained 8, 7 or 8. Let's call it about an 8-yard gain. It's going to be third and about 29 to go. Man, that's a lot of yards. But, boy, the way he's thrown it, you know, who knows? Third and 30 is what Mr. Brian Howard on the PA says. Ball in Brainerd territory, still at the 47-yard line. On a very warm, boy, it's cooling off, although you can feel it cooling off already here. Sun's going to be down behind the trees here in a moment. Bradley crowd bathed in bright sunshine. Yeah, finally get to third down. We've had, 3 penalties on this one already for L&B Appliance. Here's a high snap. Back he goes. Pass across middle. It's going to be tipped, and then tipped again and incomplete. It's going to be fourth down and very, very long. We had a shot at it, they had a shot at it, and we had another shot at it. And on fourth down and 30 to go, Brainerd will send in the punt team. We're going to see who's going to be back there to punt the ball away. Oh, yeah, here's a flag. Yeah, over here at the 47. I didn't even see that. So let's see what this call may be. They may just give it up and let them punt it away. I mean, can't hurt them a lot more. The call from the man in the white hat is it's declined, whatever it was. Going to be 4th down and very long. 4th and 30, as we said, at the Brainerd 47-yard line. And back deep for the Bears will be, for the Bears, number 11 back there deep. Of course, that is Jarius Rogers back deep for the Bears this year. At least taking the initial punt. There's a flag. There's dead ball flag again. I think we're going to mark off 5 more yards. Back to the 42. Yeah, the center picked the ball up. And back to the 42 now. It's going to make it 4th and 35 to go for a first down for Brainerd. The Bears lead at 7-0 here, 8:34 to go after Brainerd coughed it up near their 19-yard line, I believe it was. 2 plays later, Knox Watson takes it in for the touchdown. I can't see the number the guy's going to punt. He's got his back turned, and there's a bad snap on the ground. He's going to pick it up, kick it away, a low line drive. And let it. No, he's going to pick it up, and he fumbled the ball. Did he fumble it? And they have it. Bad mistake by Jarius Rogers. He had 3 guys there. He took the catch, and he bobbled it and fumbled it, and Brandon will take over to Barrett, 23-yard line. Earl, that was not a good play by Jarius.
He was intending to let it go, and then at the last second, with
a little bit ironic.
around him, he decided to take it at the very yard line, bobbled it, and they recovered an easy one.
Yep, okay. So Brainerd, after they coughed up the ball deep in their territory, the Bears do the same thing on a bobble punt. And I'm sure Jarius Rogers is hearing it from Coach Floyd. And here comes Brainerd again. In the backfield, at quarterback, is that Ferguson back in there, or is your Carter? That's going to be Ferguson. Going to be complete to the 20, to the 15. He gets free down to the 10. He's going to have the first down inside the Bear 10. Will be 1st and go for Brainerd to the Bear 9-yard line. So Brainerd's trying to take advantage of a gift right here. Don't know if they'll complete or not. It will be 7:50 to go and the clock running here on 1st and go at the 9-yard line. So there's a first down. They take a long time to count at the line scrimmage. Here's a handoff in the middle with nothing. He was stopped dead by the middle of the Bear line. Eli Duncan in on the tackle there for the Bears. Looks like he had the first touch. It's going to be 2nd down and go from the 9. No gain. And they're getting more and more into the shadows here, which feels really good. I know it does for players. Brainerd really trying to take advantage here. They trail at 7-0 with 7:09 now in the period. And the time's going to be called by Brainerd. We'll take a timeout with them here on the Buzz 101.3. We'll take a timeout for 1 minute. Be back in 60 seconds. We're Game Supply by Wholesale Supply Group. Back in a minute.
We don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day after day after day.
Out from Brainerd. We'll go to Brian on the field just as soon as this play is over right here. And here we go, 2nd down, 9. And go. Here's the flag. It's going to be on the Bears. They threw it on the Bears side. It's going to be something against the Bears. go from the 4-yard line. Brian, yes, sir.
I have my first injury update of the night, fellas. One of our band members, the young lady in the drum section, got a little too overheated, and I'm happy to report that she is sitting in front of a fan and feeling much better.
Here's a rollout by the quarterback going to the right side. He's going to the end zone. He is going to be touchdown. He's in there. Martell's Carter with a score from 4 yards out in a 7-6 game, which exactly 7 minutes ago in the first quarter play. And Earl, you cannot give them field position like that.
No, that's a gift right there. And usually the Bears do not try to return punts, particularly inside their own 30. And we just made a mental mistake there, and Brainerd capitalized.
Yep. The attempt for the PAT looks like they're going to go for 2, though. Must not have a kicker. Yep, they're going to line up to go for 2. Nope, now they're going to back up and kick it. And it's hard to see their numbers, but let's try to get a jersey number for you here. And Earl, can you see that? 40?
42.
42. Okay, thank you there, Brian. And that will be number 42, Alex Powell. Oh, he's attempting to kick it to tie the game. Bradley's going to. Well, what's going on? Bradley's taking a couple guys off the field, 2 going on, so must have had the wrong set out there. And
I'll tell you. Hang up your phone, switch back to your computer. That was Felton at the station.
okay. Ryan, tell me we're live if we are.
What can I tell you about Express Screen Printing and Embroidery? They are your local leader in school gear.
We're taking a 30-second break here.
On the corner of Inman and Broad Street for over.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
Brainerd gets a gift touchdown, and Bradley had a gift touchdown. Both teams coughed up the ball deep in territory. Bradley picked up the Brainerd 19. Brainerd picked up the Bradley's 23, so both teams have taken advantage and scored. We're tied at 7-7 at 7 minutes to go. So if you're playing a poker hand, 7-7 at 7 minutes to go, that's a full house when I read it.
Yeah, and it's 7 minutes exactly. 7-7-7.
Yep, loaded up. And we're going to have a kickoff by Brainerd. Again, it's going to be Powell kicking off here. And there's a whistle saying, no, that's just to get the ball set. Okay, we're good to go here. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, in the quarter here on the Buzz 101.3.
Marcus Gorey Jr.
Marcus Gorey Jr. back to receive along with, we'll have to get it. Jarius Rogers.
Anthony Bird's kickoff.
And they're waiting for the official to give the signal to kick it off. And I'm not sure what the holdup is here, guys.
I don't either. Where's the official?
He's already blew the whistle and told him to go. They're going to get a delay of game penalty if they don't hurry. Okay, here we go on the kickoff. Nope, they're going to blow it dead.
Delay of game?
There's a flag on them. Well, I started to say they're going to get delay of game. They set the whistle, and you got so long to kick. It's like any play.
Yeah.
And I call that one for L&B Appliance.
Did. Yeah. I mean, we were waiting, and the official had already said, go ahead and kick it, son.
Back it up 5. It looks like this waiting on a signal from the sideline. I don't know if it's going to try an onside kick or something squirrely.
Delay of game.
Delay of game right there.
Yeah.
It is. 5-yard mark off for L&B Appliance. Visit Josh Tatum and the folks down there and pick you out a nice new appliance. That's there on Durkee Road, right there at the turnoff at 64 on Durkee, right there on the right. Great, great folks. Congratulations to Josh for winning the school board position. Glad to have him on board. Once more, they'll line up. Boy, we've done a lot of kicking tonight, haven't we? Re-kicks and kicking and all that. And talking to David.
Had extra points and, 3 kickoffs now?
Yep. Here comes a kick. And finally brought down. Is that Jarius Rogers there? Jarius Rogers atoning for bobbling that punt.
Yeah, he almost broke it, Gary. I'm telling you.
He sure did.
He just needed one little seam through that last man, and he would have been gone.
1st and 10 for the Bears, and Brainerd. Well, we're going to mark him at the 46. Sorry, in Bradley territory at the 46-yard line. 6:55 to go after that return. Nice return by Jarius Rogers. You can see why he's back there, but Earl, he's got to use his noggin. You don't catch when you're surrounded by 3 defenders.
Yep, and I'm sure they preached that to him, too.
Yeah, and you know one's going to be stripping the ball if he can. We'll go back to Brian down on the field here in just a moment. Here's the fake the handoff. Pass down the flat's going to be dropped. Oh, nearly a late hit there. Pass Alex Walker, quarterback. 10 out there for Jarius Rogers. Yep, number 11, Jarius Rogers. Rogers, one of our up-and-coming youngsters. Boy, we are young in so many positions. He is a 5'9" junior. 27 juniors on the Bear roster this year, 14 seniors. I think 12 sophomores and 10 freshmen on the varsity roster. Here's the handoff in the middle of Jackson Wills. He's got 5, he's got 10. He's got that first down across 50 to the 45 and on to the 43. And he is doing a lot of that on his own strength. But he got a good opening block right there at the line, but one of the big hogs in the front line there. Providing
11 yards. Got it first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. We'll give you that offensive line here in just a moment. We start 3 juniors, a senior. And here goes the pass across the middle. It's going to be complete. That's going to be caught and a gain down across the 40 to 37. Let's see who caught that one there.
Number Jay Allen.
Terry. Going to be 2nd down, and after a gain of about 6, going to be 2nd and 4. That offensive line, Luke Keith, a junior. Eugene Peterson, a junior. Bryson Bivens, a junior. Jacob Page, a junior. Brody Morgan, a senior. And time's going to be called by the official. Time by Brainerd is going to be called. Their 2nd time out of the half. And with that timeout, we'll take one with them here on the Buzz 101.3. We'll be back in just 66 with more live coverage.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue talk and love. You remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue talk and love. You remember the new love we shared today.
We'll have a trivia question at halftime. You can win a large pizza from the Pizza Hut. Along on our Southland Finance halftime show, we'll have our middle school report and some halftime stats for you that Earl will put together or dream up or whatever he does. No, he does a great job. There's a flag and a penalty on Brainerd. Again, another penalty, and we're going to have to see how many penalties for L&B appliances we've had. It's going to be a 1st and 5 now. Ball inside the 25 to the 22, looks like, 22-yard line on a beautiful night. A little warm, but cooling off, and we got a breeze blowing now. On 1st and 5, here come the Bears. They'll shift the man back into the backfield and hand off to him. He'll hit the hole.
That's Jay Allen.
Jay Allen Terry. He'll be stopped maybe a yard. I don't know. Maybe momentum will carry him up.
Yep, they're going to give him a yard.
21, yep, going to be 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line in Brainerd territory. 7-7 our score here at 5:03 to go in the opening quarter of play. Still in the first quarter, and we've been going for a good over 30 minutes, actually. A lot of penalties, most of those on Brainerd. one long pass interference on the Bears that kept Brainerd drive alive, but the Bears stopped them because of penalties that Brainerd had.
6 penalties against the Panthers, 2 against the Bears.
Wow. Crazy. Those are for the, we don't want to say this a whole lot. L&B applies. We love you, but we don't need all these penalties.
That's right.
Here's a handoff. Jackson Wilson hits the middle. He's got that first down to leave inside the 20. Going to be right at the yardstick. Let's see if they mark him short. They may be a yard short. I believe it will be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he didn't get a good spot.
No. And he's going to be 3rd and a long yard and a half, actually.
Yeah, that was
2.
not a good spot.
Got to get to the 17. The ball's at the 19. Call it 3rd and 2. Looking to the sidelines to signal play in. Brett Sanford, by the way, is our assistant head coach this year. Our good buddy Brett, and man, he is a super person. And Wilson he's got the first this time inside the 15 and dragging most of them all the way down to about the 13. Will be a 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. 3:53 to go here in the period now. Bears, of course, still in that no huddle like they've had for several years now. In the backfield is Wilson along with quarterback Walker. H-back for the Bears. They're looking at the sideline now to change things up. Looks like Taylor Dugan's at the H-back position. Here's a handoff to Jackson Wilson. Hits the middle. He's got inside the 10, on to the 5. Boy, he just pile drives that stack back down to about the 7-yard line. Nice gain. Tackle by Sanders of 7 yards. Going to be 2nd down. Well, call it 6. 2nd down and 4 to go. With the ball at the Brainerd 7-yard line at 3:13 to go here in the opening quarter play. This is Gary Omerlong, Brian Grisham, and Brian's going to have a bird's eye view if we can push this ball in here. Earl Rowan, of course, doing analysis and stats. Wilson now hitting the background. He's going to lose in the backfield. Going to lose. They missed the block that time. He tried to go left, and they're going to lose a couple of yards back to the 9-yard line. Going to be 3rd down and a good 5.5, nearly 6 yards to go.
Back to the 9, so loss of 2. And we'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Into the backfield, we're going to have Jackson Wilson with Walker, the only 2 back there now. Twins out either side for the Bears. Walker takes snap, back to pass, looking right, throwing a little off across the middle. Touchdown, Bears!
To Wilson.
And Jackson Wilson coming out of the backfield, and there's a flag. Oh, it's going to be 15 on somebody. I'm not sure.
I believe that's a late hit.
Yeah, could be a late hit. Well, it could be. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty on someone. Or if it's on the Bears, they'll take it on.
It's on Brainerd. 15 on Brainerd.
15 on Brainerd. Thank you, Brian. And you're going to call it a late hit, Brian. What you think it was?
Yeah, it was. He hit him in the end zone very late.
Okay. So Brian says he knows what the official says. Touchdown is good for Tennessee Valley Raji. Unsportsmanlike conduct is a call on that late hit. So the Bears will kick. Again, Grant Haney will be taking Taylor Dugan on the snap. He's held for a long time. Here's a kick. It's up. Boy, it's high. It is booming.
Yeah,
it is perfect. 14-7 the Bears at 2:28 in the first quarter play. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with another kickoff after a Tennessee Valley Raji touchdown for the Bears. And our PAT, of course, added by Buddy's Barbecue. Place we all dearly love. Back in 30 seconds.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw
Bear
talents
Stadium on
into
a
something
warm,
greater.
muggy August night. As Neil Diamond say, hot August night. Bears lead at 14-7. Earl, that last drive there.
54 yards, Gary. 12 plays they put together. And the big one, of course, the touchdown pass, Alex Walker to Jackson Wilson, 9 yards. And Brainerd just keeps adding to their penalties. But, hey, the Bears will take it. It's 14-7. We're still late in the first quarter.
15-yard mark-off. So the Bears will kick off at the Brainerd 45. And Grant Haynes has been putting it down near the 5 each kick. So this should go well into the end zone. And I've talked to Grant a lot today. He was in a classroom working with us today, and man, he is He is one of those finest guys, young gentlemen you'd ever want to meet. I know his family's proud of him. Played basketball for a while, and he is a strong kicker right now. He's going to play ball in college, he told me today. He's wanting to. 2:28 going to period, 14-8 here on the Buzz, 101.3 Talk Radio. All your games provided by Wholesale Supply Group. Here comes the approach, and the kick. It is deep. Oh, that's a field goal almost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
almost.
just shy of the goal post, and be a touchback. Bring that ball out for Brainerd.
Gary only called for the field goal on Buzz 101.3.
It will be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Brainerd. 14-7 Bears with 2:28 in the first quarter play. Cleveland High School don't have a score on there. Joey Gaines scores on Cleveland High School. They just started, I guess, though. They hadn't had time to score over there. We'll try to keep you updated on those. There's not many games being played tonight around the state, but everybody's going to play a Thursday night game this year due to the shortage of officials, they tell us. So expect to see your favorite team, Vincent High School, playing a Thursday game somewhere along the line as designated by the TSSAA. And here we go with a 3-man backfield again. Twins right side, single man left, and that's going to be a delay of game. A delay of game. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You're coming out of a kickoff.
They're not paying attention to the referee, and evidently they don't see when he is telling them, hey, clock is now running.
Play clock's right in front of them on either end, too, though.
They're ignoring it.
1st and 15 now after the 7th penalty of the night against 8th penalty of the night.
8, yeah.
And, boy, they've been some major ones there, and it's killing Brainerd. Here is a handoff to the man in the middle. He's got short yardage. A gain to from the 15. Well, it's going to fall forward about the 19. A gain to 4. Going to be 2nd and 11 to go, though. And that was that Hubbard or Callaway on the carry there? I didn't see who.
Number.
I
think that was 3.
Jayon Smith then. Same set. They'll shift the running back, and here's a fake. Quarterback's going to pull down the run, and he's going to be slammed for a loss back there. Ferguson keeps the ball back to the 16, a loss of about 3. Don Jones and Rodney Williams on the tackle for the Bears. I have to wait sometimes to hear what Brian Williamson or Brian Howard is saying on the PA. 3rd down and 13.5, nearly 14 to go. The ball back at the 16-yard line now in Brainerd territory. Clock at 1:22 and running here in the first quarter play. 14-7 Bears on top on our Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard. Glad to have those folks back with us again all year long. Back goes Ferguson to pass, looking, rolling out of the pocket, going to throw it. Oh, he's throwing up a dying duck. It's going to be incomplete, and if anything, it's going to be intercepted for the Bears. Right there all over that coverage was Tito Williams. It's going to be 4th down. It's going to be 4th down, and here comes a punt team for Brainerd, who had trouble punting before on a bad snap. They did get it away, and then the Bears bobble it. Jarris Rogers back solo again. I guess Coach Floyd is going to say, Jaron, you blew the last kick return.
Show us what you can really do.
Why did you put him back there and show me? Prove it to us, you know. Bradley does not return many punts at all. Traditionally, haven't in the last few years. Here's a snap. It's over his head into the end zone. There's a flag. It's out of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety for the Bears. There is a safety. The flag is on the field. But it's going to be on Brainerd, I believe. And let's see. Maybe throwing it to the Bradley side. May have thrown it to the Bradley side. Let's see if they're going to give us a safety or if it's on Bradley, the penalty. They throw the flag at the team that commits the penalty. It's more on the Bradley side of the line of scrimmage. And maybe on the Bears.
I think the penalty is going to be against the Bears. I don't know if that wipes the safety out. Boy.
It was a live ball foul, so yeah, it would wipe the safety out.
Yeah, I guess
Brian, what did you see down there? Anything?
Well, fellas, there was motion on Brainerd. I thought that's what they called, but we're going to see here.
Illegal procedure on Brainerd.
Yeah, that was it. It was illegal procedure, so that's going to be a safety for the Bears.
Okay, yeah, safety for the Bears. So another 9th penalty of the game here in the first quarter against Brainerd. Make it a 16-7 score for the Bears. We'll keep you right here this time, Axel. By the way, we've got a new board op, Axel, at the studio there, making things happen for us there. We had some growing pains here in the first part of the game, and we're good to go right now, it looks like. This game is being streamed also on BCHS.TV, BCHS.TV on YouTube. Mr. Winstroyer is here with his crew of students manning the cameras and the control trailer. And we hope that telecast is going good for them. And I'll ask Eli over there. If Eli can hear me. We going good, Eli? Eli says yeah. Nod his head yes. So it'll be the penalty decline by the Bears against Brainerd, which is their 9th penalty, I believe, Earl. That's what I counted.
Yeah. 9.
Wow. So they'll have to kick now from the 15-yard line rather than the 20. A free ball kick. They can tee it up or they can hold it. Have a holder hold it. They can tee it up or they can just kick it like a punt. Jarius Rogers back deep for the Bears along with Marcus Goree. Jarius had a good return on the last kickoff. The score is 16-7 Bears at 1:02 to go now in the first half, which has been interminably long.
And Gary, thinking back to Findlay last year, they had a flurry of penalties in that first half down there. I mean, a whole host of penalties. I don't remember how many, but they're following their same game plan. 9 penalties against Brainerd in the first quarter.
Here will be the kickoff. They're going to kick it off from the 15-yard line in Brainerd territory. Brainerd was going to have great field position because they're standing right now at the 40. And that's if with no return right now. Let's see what we do here. Here comes a kick. It's a line drive. It's going to be a short kick going toward the sideline. It's going to be picked up to 45 to midfield. And it's going to be Jarius Rogers going to reverse field. He's to the 45. And, oh, he's going to be tripped up at the 43. He was one hand away from scoring it and take it to the house. Bears take over great field position, though, with 57.1 to go here in Brainerd's territory. The 41-yard line where they place him down. A good spot for the Bears. They lead it 16-7 after 2 touchdowns and a safety. And we don't have a safety sponsor. We need a safety sponsor.
Yeah. Yep.
No more of those than we have. We could handle that. We've had a couple of Tennessee Valley Rology touchdowns for the Bears. And the extra point by Buddy's Barbecue. And I know Earl frequents that place and loves that Buddy's.
At least every 2 weeks, sometimes every week.
Amen.
Hey, Brian, chipping in there. Good food. Check out Buddy's there on Paul Hood Parkway. Here's a handoff to Jackson Wilson. Hits the middle. He'll have a short gain down across the 40 to the 39. Pick up a maybe 2 second and 8 coming up. Tackled by a host of Brainerd Panthers there. I wanted to check and see who Brainerd plays next week. I'm not sure. It'll be a non-region game.
I thought.
Jackson Wilson in the backfield with Walker out wide right this side for the Bears. It's going to be Taylor Dugan just nearest us. Brad is going left to right, south to north. Walker back throwing along down the middle. He's got a man out there. He's got it. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, a great defensive play, I believe, by the defensive back. Maybe knocked it out of his hands.
Stubborn.
Intent for Jarius Rogers.
Broke it up and intended for Demarius Ballard for the Bears.
Brian, I was going to give him 6 on that one.
Oh, he had 6. It was in his hands. That's a beautiful play by the Brainerd defensive back. He had it, but knocked it right out of his hands at the exact perfect time. Beautiful play.
About at the 2-yard line where it was knocked from his hands. So now we got second down and 10, or third down and 8. 3rd and 8 make it. 3rd and 8 at the Brainerd 39-yard line. Let's see what the play is cooked up here. Back goes Walker looking, throws a little screen underneath, going to be complete to Jalen Terry. He's got 5, he's got 10, he's got 15, he's away, he's 20, and all the way down inside the 20. They're going to mark him down just a shade inside the 20. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland forward after pick up from the 39 to the 20, a 19-yard gain on the pass play. And I'll say this, in just the early going, Alex Walker doesn't have the cannon that maybe Aiden McCleary had or Javen Burke had, but he is precise.
Yes, he is.
He is right on the money in his passes.
He's playing with a lot of confidence,
and that's
too.
the end of the quarter.
I mean, when you quarterback the JV team into an unbeaten season, hey, you come in with some confidence.
We got to take a break here with the end of the first quarter play. 16-7 the Bears on top. We'll be back in 1 minute on Talk 101.3 The Buzz with more coverage where our games is supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Back in a minute.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue talk and love. You remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue talk and love. You remember the new love we shared today. Yeah.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Jay Terry was falling down and made a somehow.
I was told the place I was looking for.
A sophomore. 22-7 the score, 11:54 in the first play of the second quarter for the Bears there. My, oh my, oh my. At the Tennessee Valley, we're up probably touchdown and the Buddy's barbecue extra point. Back in 30 seconds.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
For the Bears, 41 yards, 4 quick plays, and as Brown Grisham described, a tremendous catch by J. Allen Terry. He was turning, twisting on his backside, but Alex Walker put it right there to him. 20 yards for the TD.
Here comes the single man in the backfield. First, well, he jumped off sides, looked like. Pass out. Good defensive coach that time for the Bears by Tito Williams. I talked to Tito today. Brainerd is just snake bitten right now with tons of penalties. And now the turnover. Bradley will have it first and goal at the Brainerd 8-yard line with 10-19 to go in the half, leading at 23-7. And I think they remember last year's game. I think they even hammered that home to them. Hey, guys, you thought it was going to roll over and play dead? Well, they didn't. This year, a little different start at least. Here's a handoff to Jackson Wilson. Sidesteps, hits the middle, inside the 10. Gets pushed back, but they're going to give him down to the 5. Gain of 3 second and go from the 5. It takes a host of folks to get him down.
Yeah, Jackson was hit and just kept those legs churning. 3 guys trying to bring him down, and they finally get him just outside the 5. We'll call it the 5.
9:50 to go in the first half of play. Bears again at the line of scrimmage. Jackson Wilson in the backfield with Walker. H-back looks like Dugan. And here is a pass across the middle. Incomplete this time. That's the same play they scored on.
Jay Allen.
Jay Allen Terry, the intended receiver. The same play they scored on earlier. A little harder pass that time. What's Alex done so far pass-wise, Earl?
He's caught 3.
I mean, Alex overall, quarterback.
Oh, Alex is 5 for 8.
5 for 8. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Take that.
Yep.
Clock stopped at 9:40 and a half, 23-7 Bears. Jackson Wilson again. Bradley has twins either side right now. Wilson barking signals, waiting for the snap. He has it back, looking left, throwing left.
Number 10.
Touchdown, Bradley. That's to Demarius Ballard. And the Bears, and another Tennessee Valley Raji touchdown, making it 29-7 at 9:36 to go in the first half of play. And the PAT by Grant Haney coming up for Buddy's Barbecue. And Brian, you saw the play. It couldn't be any more perfect, could it?
Oh, I tell you what, fellas, the wheels on the Bear trainer are starting to roll forward. It was a beautiful drive after Brainerd gave it back to him. Here's the extra point up. It is way. It is good.
Goal of the
and the Bears are rolling. Something we talked about those penalties just a little while ago on Brainerd. All those penalties, about half of those are credited to the coaching staff because the Brainerd offense is looking over to the sideline. They're not looking at the play clock, and the sideline's not getting their play in on time. About half of those penalties.
Well, it's the first game of the year, and I guess everybody's going to make mistakes. Bears made one mistake on a bobble punt that allowed Brainerd to score their only score of the night. Right now it's 30-7. The Bears on top. Kicking off again will be Grant Haney. And we talked in our interview with Coach Floyd this week. There's a reason they call it football, because you're kicking the ball an awful lot, and people don't realize that football plays are about a third of the plays that take place. Special teams especially are about a third of the plays that take place in any football game. A lot of kicking tonight. We've seen a ton of penalties. 2 on the Bears and 9, I think, on Brainerd. Grant Haney will kick to the 40-yard line. He's kicking right to left now, north to south. It's cool off much here at Bradley Central's Bear Stadium with 9:36 to go in the half. 30-7. The Bears on top. Coverage tomorrow night from Ooltewah, the Owl's Nest, as they'll host the Hurricanes of East Hamilton. That will be on the air live at 7 o'clock, 7:30 kickoff there in the Chattanooga area of Ooltewah. Here comes Haney's approach. Takes a slow approach and he picks up speed. The high, another. The 10 to the 6, returning, going left to the 10-yard line, trying to get outside, reversing, and hit again. And he's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Give him the 6. Looks like number 3, Tito Williams, the lead tackler there.
Tito Wilson, Knox Watson, and Jarius Rogers.
Goodness gracious. He had nowhere to go. Damon said that our speed would be hard for anyone to match up with, even Brainerd, who's known for their speed. It'd be 1st and 10 for Brainerd, just inside the 7. With 9:27 to go, 30-7, the Bears on top with a comfortable lead here in the first half. We'll have a live report from the field with Brian Grisham as the Bears go to the locker room with Mr. Damon Floyd, our head coach, in his 17th season, which is hard to believe. Only Jimmy Lovell had more seasons than Coach Floyd. Brainerd, the last time they snapped the ball, it was over the head. Resulting in the Bear touchdown after a couple of plays. Here's a snap to Ferguson. He will keep it. Pass, throws, going to be incomplete. I think it was tipped. Yep, it was tipped in the backfield there.
Number 6.
Number 6 had to be Rodney Williams. 2nd down and 10 to go. And right now our defense just peeling back their ears and just taking off, putting all kind of pressure on Brainerd. We do have a new rule in effect, or rule change. With a 30-point lead in the second half, the mercy rule, the so-called mercy rule with the running clock will take place. If it's a 30-point lead, it was 35 when it was first installed many years ago. And not a bad rule, but it does cut into some of your subs getting some playing time.
If we get another touchdown, 7 points.
Yep. We'll start the second half.
The second half, the clock will run.
Yep, continuously, and will not reset like it would in the past if you got under 35. And here is a pass overthrown incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Yep, new rule at 30-point lead. Anytime in the second half, the clock will run continuously. They'll stop only for injuries, scores, or call timeouts. And like, it's not a bad rule, but some of the coaches on the team is winning says, wait a minute, I want my subs to play more, you know. So that takes away. It really does.
Yep.
But this has been a long first half. We're 1 hour into this game, and we're still with 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play.
With 9 minutes to play, 9:19.
Yep. And we're usually nearing halftime. Here we go on 3rd and 10 for Brainerd. They'll send twins out left, twins out right. And we haven't seen Martellus Carter carrying the ball a whole lot. They've been trying to pass more here in the last few series. Play clock ran out. There's a flag. Another one.
Delay of game.
And there's a play clock in each end zone.
Yeah.
And it's just beyond belief to me. I don't know. I'm not trying to make light of things, but the Bradley Concrete Lamkin Ready Mix play clock has expired on Brainerd several times. 40 years of experience, family-owned Lamcom Ready Mix, Bradley Concrete. We appreciate those folks been with us again this year. And on 3rd and, well, they give them half the distance now. It's 3rd and about 13 to go. Ball's at the inside the 5. He's standing in the end zone. Here's a snap. Ferguson back looking. Boy, he's going to be rushed. He's sacked. It's another safety for the Bears. And boy, who was that masked man? That might have been Rodney Williams, Tito. Gage Anderson on the safety, on the tackle in the end zone. They just tore through the line, making it 32-7, a 25-point lead. And we've not seen, I cannot recall seeing 2 safeties in one game.
No,
can you?
I can't either.
Folks, during the summer, I said, if anything is going to be solid this year, it's going to be our defense. It's going to be absolutely solid, and it's proving that here tonight. We'll get Earl's stats at halftime. They're going to be slanted heavily toward the Bears and heavily against Brainerd when it comes to penalties. I think it's 10 is the count now with that last delay penalty. So Brainerd will be kicking off again. I'm sorry, Brainerd will be kicking off again with a free kick to the 20-yard line after the second safety of the night. So, Ryan, our defense couldn't play a whole lot better, could it?
I tell you what, fellas, the Bears defense are just laying their ears back and going. They have figured out that this Brainerd offense is out of sync right now, and there was another penalty on the sideline. The players are ready. They're not getting their information in.
Section down there, the cheerleaders.
You know, I am happy to report that the band is rolling right along, and the student section is in full color. Everything's just wonderful down here, fellas.
Okay, 32-7 at 9:14 and a half. Brainerd will kick to the Bears, back deep to the Bears. Well, let's see. They've got several guys back there. Marcus Goree looks like on the near side. Jarius Rogers on the far side. They run up left and right. We've got some guys. Is that 30? Can't see his number. It looks like 34 for the Bears. Yep, Landon Scott. He's one of the short guys.
Hi, Gary.
Yes.
I'm also happy to report that the longest first quarter in recorded history is over.
Oh, man, I tell you what. We're still 9 minutes to go and a half here, too. They're going to kick from the 20-yard line.
I forgot.
Here comes the approach, and here's the kick. And it's a squibber going to the 40, 45 to midfield to the 45. Breaks through the 40, 35, 30. He's going to go to the house. Touchdown! 41. Bears, Marcus Goree, junior, a junior in class, takes to the house. 59 yards. Usually now 38-7 here. We're still 9:03 going to first half of play. And it is all going the Bears' way tonight. 38-7 with 9:03 after a 10 Genesee Valley touchdown. How long was that run, Earl?
59 yards, Gary.
59-yard run.
He took it on this side of the field, picked up 2 blocks, and then down the far sideline, and you could tell that from the 35-yard line on, he was taking it.
Here comes the Buddy's Barbecue PAT attempt for the Bears. Grant Haney again. High snap, pulled down by Taylor Dugan. The kick is up, and that kick is good. Timeout on the field at 9:03 to go. 39-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds with yet another Bear kickoff here on the Buzz. 101.3 game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply. Back in just 1.5 minutes.
McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of.
Your mic
And
turned
serving
off
you
when
better
you're standing in
means
front of the
fresh
band,
beef,
'cause
quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his
there's a
burger,
lot of noise
her
comes
burger.
through, so I'm going to just keep
All
it turned
cooked
off
fresh,
whenever.
right when you order. Made from
Sounds
pure
good.
North
Yeah,
American
we'll
beef
have to.
and just a
It
pinch of
turned off.
salt
Sorry
and
about
pepper.
No,
Because
you're okay. You can leave it on.
there's
I'll
nothing
turn it
better
down
than a
because I
fresh
hear it in my
beef
headset
quarter-pounder
here.
burger, made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
High school with 9:03 to go. Earl, I would tell you to analyze that scoring drive, but it's pretty simple.
Yeah, 59 yards, and I do like the way Marcus Goree, when he hauls in a punt, he is a threat to go at any time.
Well, remember the kickoff last year?
Oh, yeah.
My
McMinn County opening kick.
Side to the 26-yard line. A bunch of Bears on the tackle there, about 3 or 4 of those. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Brainerd at their 26-yard line. They trail at 39-7 with still 8:55 in the first half of play. You never know what to expect the first game of the year, but it's been all Bears tonight. And I think when Brian talks to Damon at halftime, he's going to be a happy camper going into the dressing room.
Absolutely. There's no doubt. We expected the defense to be strong. Offense, a lot of holes to fill, but they've looked great. And special teams has really performed tonight.
Yeah. Been a great start to the season so far for the Bears.
And as a coach, Damon, in talking with Brian, it'd be interesting. First game of the season, most coaches don't like to say, well, I'm pleased. I mean, there's so much to work on. But boy, oh boy, Damon has to be pleased more than he's disappointed so far tonight.
Timeout on the field by Brainerd, their 3rd and final timeout of the first half of play. We'll take a 1-minute break here on the Buzz 101. For Tzatziki's, we'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Holding hands with your heart, see you.
And I'm got to grab
Only
the
blue
coat
dog can love you.
Being 60 here.
How the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you, remember. The new love we shared today.
Let's see what we got here.
That was the coach's son.
Brainerd,
Carter.
declined. Carter on a loss of 4 yards. The play will be accepted, and the penalty declined for the Rebels, for the Panthers. The Rebels used to be Brainerd's name. It's back in my old mind. I still remember the Rebels at Brainerd, but they're the Panthers now. Have been for about 20, 25 years probably. 8:41 to go. Clock is running. 2nd down and 22 to go. And here's back to pass. He'll be hit and gets away from one guy running for his life. It's a 10, 15. Here's a pass way down the field. It's going to be Incomplete. Oh, he nearly caught, and a good defensive play that time for the Bears by Max Wilson. Great defensive play by Max. Max is a 5'11" junior.
Intended for Hubbard, and he threw that on the dead run.
Well, he can throw the ball a long ways. The Bear have speed to burn. Clock stopped at 8:27 to go. We thought the first quarter was long. This one is even longer.
They finish their game before we do.
Brian, are you okay to stand this long here down there, buddy?
Buddy, I'm going to have some refreshment at halftime, I'm telling you. My goodness.
I was looking for some refreshment up here now. Press box don't see any. They'll probably bring it tomorrow night, not knowing it's a Thursday game. Here we go on 3rd down and 14 for the Panthers. Back to pass is Ferguson again. They're passing every down now. Passing long one out there. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 14. They have given up on trying to run anything against Bear defense. And 4th and 14, that pass intended out there for number 23, or broken up, I'm sorry, by number 23 for the Bears, Mekhi Collins. Mekhi Collins on the defensive play for the Bears. Going to force another punt. Let's see if they have any better luck this time with the punt snap. Back deep be Jarius Rogers for the Bears. About midfield, we're going to get great field position again. Marks Goree has returned 1 punt for a touchdown already tonight. It's 39-7. Haven't given a score in a while. 39-7. The Bears with still 8:23. We still have more than half a quarter to play here. 2/3 a quarter to play. Okay, here we go with a low snap this time. There's a flag on the play. Here's a low line drive taken for a fair catch at Bradley's 49 by Jarius Rogers. Flag is thrown at the line of scrimmage on the snap. Let's see what they're going to call here. The side judge called it. He threw the flag toward Brainerd. Illegal procedure, Brainerd, and
it'll be declined.
Yep. Wasn't a dead ball foul, so Bradley can decline it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bears at their 49-yard line with a 39-7 lead.
29-yard punt. And I believe, Joe, is that the first punt of the game by anybody?
No, we fumbled one, Earl. Remember we fumbled.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's a Cleveland Utilities punt, by the way, our hometown connection, which connected to my house and Earl's house and Joe's house and gives us electricity. 1st and 10 for the Bears. We have Alex Walker. We may see a lot of subs second half, Earl. Bears up by 32. Right. We're going to have a running clock if the whole score is held. Here's Jackson Wilkinson hit in the middle. He's going to have 5. He's going to have fighting for more down across the 40, across midfield to the 46-yard line where we started, actually. It'll be 2nd down, and good gain of almost 8 yards. 2nd down and about a short 3 to go, long 2 at the Panther 38-yard line. 39-7 Bears, 7:52. Clock is running again, finally. Brainerd with 10 penalties marked off, I believe, and 2 or 3 that have been declined. Here is again the handoff. This Jay Allen Terry in the backfield. He's got the 1st. He's at the 35. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. Still fighting and getting down to the 25, where he'll be brought down to a huge gain of 14 more yards at a 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. We're not getting a lot of first downs because we're scoring out so much on the long plays. And here's the handoff again. This time Jalen Terry to the 20. To the 15, side steps one guy down near the 10 before he's pushed out. Going to mark him at the 12. A 13-yard pick by another 1st 10 for the Bears after a 13-yard gain by Jay Allen Terry, a young sophomore.
Gary?
Yes, sir.
Did you see my side step right there?
Oh, yeah. You look like Fred Astaire down there.
That's
dancing.
it, buddy. I got out of there.
Here's Jay Allen again. You want to the right side. He's going to be down near the goal line. He's going to be stopped short, just short at maybe the 2.
3rd time's a charm.
And it's going to be a 1st and goal, I believe, at the 2 after a 10-yard gain. Is it 1st and goal?
That was a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Oh, touchdown. I didn't see the signal.
Yeah, guy on the far side.
Okay, Jay Allen Terry with the Bear Tennessee Valley Urology touchdown again. 45-7, 7:13 still in the half. Grant Haney as Brainerd runs another man on the field the last second. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is dead, solid, perfect. 46-7 with 7:13 to go. Back in 1/2 minute on the Buzz 101.3 after a Tennessee Valley Urology touchdown and a Brainerd Spartacus. another Bear kickoff. Earl, that last scoring drive.
46 yards, 3 plays, all the J. Allen Terry show right there.
Wow, my goodness.
21 yards, 12 yards, and then 13 yards to pay dirt.
Grant Haney's going to wear out his kicking leg tonight. He's kicked 6 extra points. He's kicked off 6 times. And, well, he's kicked off 7 times. He kicked off the lead of the game. He's kicked off after 6 scores. And he's kicked 6 PATs. Here comes his approach. Another end-over-end. Boy, he's getting a good kick at the 20 this time. To the 25. Runs into one of his own players to the 30. And he comes free to the 35, trying to get outside. And we haul down just shy of the 35, looks like. They may give him the 35, be a 1st and 10. At that point, Brainerd at the 35-yard line. And we had a score. Joe, pick up that mic there if it's over there. And flip it on and give us a score. You had one on Cleveland.
Red Bank was up 7-2 on Cleveland, so they had a safety over there also. That was just like one play into the second quarter, and that was about 10 minutes ago.
They're going to finish their game before we do.
They're going to catch us.
Very well possible.
Okay, thank you for that. Elder's Ace Hardware scoreboard report. Our scoreboard shows 46-7 to Bears here. Brainerd 1st and 10 at their 35. After the kickoff, yet again for the Bears. An empty backfield now for Ferguson. He needs everybody to protect him if he can. No, he's under center. I'm sorry, I didn't see him move up there. He's going to roll up, beat Chayton. He just throws it away.
He doesn't have a receiver.
Is that grounding?
That's intentional grounding.
Yep, there it is.
He didn't have a receiver within 20 yards.
He didn't want to take a leg.
No.
There's a new rule this year. The pass grounding the ball play is like the college. I was told that by Mr. Stacy Reimer during the summer. About the only significant rule change this year. They've got to be inside the tackle box if they throw it away. That means if it's handed off to a running back, he has to be inside the tackle box. If he throws it away, even a punter, if a punter's going to throw it away, he's got to be inside the tackle box. And a penalty, another
so that's back to the 16.
Working at the 11-yard line.
Second down and
6.
Well, it's marked off where the flag is thrown. I mean, second down and 30 to go or so. Second and 34 at the 16-yard line. They've got
how much is that penalty?
They marked it off in the line of scrimmage from where the flag was at, Earl. And here goes a bad pitch in the backfield, and he'll fall back to 5. Oh, ball's loose. And I believe Brainerd got it back at the 3-yard line. Going to be 3rd down, and instead of 34, another 10-yard loss or so. They've got to get to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 42 to go for a 1st down, if I figure it right. 3rd and 41. 3rd and 41. 6.5 to go here in the opening half. 46-7 Bears. It has been one interminable nightmare for the Brainerd Panthers. Again, standing in his own end zone will be Ferguson. Empty backfield. He's not had time to get the pass to his wideouts. He's been running for his life every play. And here's a pass out, just a lob pass out there. It's going to be overthrown. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and 41 for Brainerd. The clock stopped with the incompletion at 6:08 now in the first half of play.
We still have 6 minutes to play, and it seems like we should be in the 4th quarter.
You know, we got to go to school tomorrow, too. This is not a Friday night. It's a Thursday night with school tomorrow, folks. Thank God.
I got to get Bernie across the bus.
Well, Brian does, too, don't you, Brian?
Oh, my.
I'll tell you what.
We'll have running clock
retirement is sweet, guys.
I don't hear it.
Well, we can't sleep till
I can sleep till 9 if I want to. 10, 9:30.
6:08 to go here in the half. Clock stop. 4th and 41 going to punt. Boy, standing right at the edge of his end zone, back deep. And deep is at the 3rd, and there's a bad snap. He gets a kick away. Jarius Rogers going to let it bounce at the 35, 40. Got the good Brainerd roll. Hits at the 40 and rolls about 15 yards further downfield into Bear territory. Be touchdown at the Bear 47. They'll take over 1st down and 10 after a power punt for Cleveland Utilities. So here come the Bears with 5:56 now to go.
So with the roll, that was a pretty good punt.
Yep. Because it was from the 3 line of scrimmage. It was a 3.
Yep. Okay, so we got down to the
47 and 350 yards.
50 yards.
1st and 10 Bears from that point. We're going to see a lot of clean jerseys going out there in the second half. That's one thing you miss about having a turf field. You don't have those dirty jerseys in the mud, you know. So let's see who we got. Jarius Rogers out wide right, Dugan out wide right.
You got Jay Allen behind Alex Walker.
Jay Allen's in there. Also, we have Demarius Ballard out here at the wide. He switched to the right side now. And here's a handoff to Jalen Terry. He hits the middle. He's going to have 5. He's got 10. He's got 15. Down across midfield to the 45 and down to the 41-yard line. A gain of, what, 8 plus 3, about 11-yard gain. First attempt of the Bears, and Cleveland forward again. Those chain guys had a lot of fun there tonight, moving those sticks and trying to keep up with all the action for the Bears. 5:40 clock running. 46-7 Bears in the first half. Walker looking to the sidelines, get the play signal in there. And he's set to go. The game clock for Bradley Concrete's at 18 seconds. Back in the handoff here is Jay Allen again in the middle. No, that's not Jay Allen. That's going to be for the Bears. Landon Scott on the carry.
Sophomore.
Scott, a 5'8", 170-pound sophomore, picks up pretty good yards, down about 6 yards to the 35. Second down and 4 to go. Good crowd here on the Bradley side. Not really nice crowd. We've got the Kona snowball truck. We've got the Bears Den open. We've got concession stand on both sides. We've got barbecue. And here's a handoff in the middle for a short gain. Maybe a yard or so, down to the 34. And that was going to be on the carry. Landon Scott again will be 34. Yeah, Landon Scott again on the carry. Everhart on the tackle. Lost a yard, actually. Back him up. No, yeah, in this line of scrimmage. Third and 4 still. Again, look at the sidelines. Get the next play. Our game clock, play clock for Bradley Concrete. Our play clock sponsor this year. Hard for me to say. Different formation here for the Bears this time. Back goes Walker. Looks left. A little lob pass across the middle is going to be complete to the 30. It's due to 25. On to the 20. On to the 15. On to the 10. And he's finally corralled and hauled down from behind. Right at the 10. It's going to be first and go for the Bears at that point. At a 24-yard gain by Taylor Dugan. That little pass across the middle in the flat there. It's been open, and Bradley is exploiting that. Trying to push in for another touchdown with 3:50 in the clock, cranked again and running here in the first half. Bears at 46-7 over Brainerd. Joe gave his report on the Cleveland score, 7-5. The score was there. The field goal by Cleveland. 7-5 in the second quarter of play there. They're going to beat us to halftime, and we started 30 minutes after or before they did. And here's going to be a whistle sounding. Going to be a time called. Flag. It's a flag thrown on the far side. Probably on the Bears. Yep, procedure on the Bears. Our third penalty of the night, a 5-yarder this time. Backs it up to the 15. Be first and go from the 15 now.
First and 15. Goal to go from the 15.
Scott still in the backfield with Walker.
And he just carried.
Short gain to the 13-yard line. Gain of a couple. Going to be third and go. Or no, second and go. We're repeating that. Second and go from the 13. Bears signaling all the plays now, as they have all game long. They did most all last season. Bradley has not burned a timeout yet. Brainerd's used all 3 of theirs. The clock's rolling at 2:51 now in the half. Listen to coverage here on the Buzz, 101.3. Walker the handoff this time to Scott. Trying to get outside, and he's going to be knocked down behind. Oh, a little extracurricular activity there. It's going to be third down.
He's going to lose a little there. Let's see.
Back to the 16, loss of 3. Second and go from the 16-yard line.
So it's third down.
Or third and go. Third and go from the 16.
Yard markers are laying on the ground, so 16 yards in the end zone is what the Bears need right
Bears
here.
probably going to try to go pass to the end zone, I'm guessing. Well, it's third down. They got to go to the end zone here. Could be a running play. And if he doesn't make it, I'm expecting to see maybe a Grant Haney field goal attempt. We'll let the coach make the plays. Bears going to let the clock run down here. Looks like going to let it run down, call time. Because the play clock's at 2-1. Here comes time. Bears take their first time out of the half, and we'll take one with them. For Kazikis, with 1:59 to go in the half, back in 1 minute with the Bears 3rd down and 16. Back in 1.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
No, that's not Dugan, that's Scott.
That's going to be Scott, and he's going to be inside the fence. It's going to be 4th and
there
go.
comes the flag.
Oh, there's a late hit, I guess. That may be an automatic first on a personal foul. Let's see. Flag's at the 7-yard line.
There are 2 penalties, fellas.
Earl was, Brown, was that a late hit, out of bounds hit, or what was it?
There was a penalty and then laid out of bounds.
So it's going to be on Brainerd, I guess?
Yes.
There's just one penalty, weren't there?
I think there were 2 penalties, as a matter of fact.
Okay, missed that first one then. They're talking this all over. It's 3rd down and go from the 16-yard line when the play started.
It might be holding back.
Penalties at the 7-yard line. One flag is. And here's going to be the play call. Looks like it's on the Bears. Holding on the Bears.
So is the pass wiped out?
They'll probably mark it off again. Live ball and a dead ball foul. Here comes the second call. Personal foul. They're going to mark off both penalties. You have a live ball penalty and a dead ball penalty. Going to mark them both off. And with that result.
So they're going to put the ball at the 10. Did the 9-yard pass count?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Okay. To Landon Scott.
So what do we got? 3rd down. Going to repeat the down. It was 3rd and 16 on the play.
So it's still 3rd down.
Yep.
At the 10. We're back to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd and go.
Yep.
Picking Bears on 3rd and go. Makes it a little bit closer. Gain of 6 on the switch of penalties there. Walker set to go. Scott still in the backfield. He'll hand it to Scott. He's going to go right. He's got some running room out there to the 5 then. Touchdown! Bradley Central. Landon Scott takes it in for a Tennessee Valley Urology touchdown with 1:45 in the half. Pushing lead to 52-7.
Has a straight run.
Yeah. Landon Scott on the run from 10 yards out for a Tennessee Valley Urology touchdown. We're going to try to add the Buddies PAT by Grant Hamby, his 7th PAT of the night. And we're going to have to go to the record books here pretty soon. Brainerd trying to rush a guy on the field at the last second. Now they've got 11 out there. Here's the kick. It is up. And it is good. Timeout on the field with 1:45 and a half, 53-7 the Bears over the Panthers. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Just a 30-second break here on the Buzz 101.3.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
My thoughts are with you.
Back at Bear Stadium, 1:45 to go in a half, 53-7 the Bears on top of the Panthers. And we have another Grant Haney kickoff coming up here. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Good seeing you. 1:45 to go. Grant Haney with 7 consecutive PATs. Here's his approach. And there's a kick, a line drive. This time it's going to be taken at the 20 and dropped. Picked up the 22, and boy, they got a mass. Oh, the Bears just all over them back there. Back to the 16-yard line, it looks like. And we had a bunch of Bears there. Looks like it's going to be number 32. That'll be Jacob Gentry in on the hit for the Bears. And with 1:39 to go, 53-7 the Bears on top of the Panthers in the first half. Earl, this reminds me of Science Hill. We had 54, 57 or something in the first half up there on Steve Spurrier Field.
Nearly as many penalties.
No.
This has been a slow first half. Very slow.
We might have to all call in late tomorrow. Mr. Spangler, if you're listening, I have a lot of folks come in late. Under center again, nobody in the backfield. Ferguson back, looking, rolling right, looking, throwing. Pass is going to be complete for a short gain to the 21 or so. A gain of 4, second down and 6 to go. Minute and a half of the period.
19, that's a new receiver, Anthony Bird. No, he's caught one before.
1:25, clock running now. Second, and give him a 3-yard gain, second down and 7 to go at the Brainerd 21-yard line. Brainerd tonight dressed in all whites, white uniforms, white helmets. Ferguson under center again. Long count, still counting, and he will take the snap, pitch back to a tailback to the left side, trying to get out there, and he will go nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Did I see a flag come in there late? I believe I did from the far side. They stopped the clock. And it's going to be the flag down there, Brian.
Yeah, quite possibly a face mask, fellas. It's on the other side of the field for me.
Yep. I thought I seen the side judge throw it in there. Here comes the official for the signal. And he says, personal foul Bears, face mask.
Called it, Brian. Face mask.
Scoop is on the job.
57.4 seconds to go. And that will give Brainerd a first down, one of the very, very few they've had all night. Move the ball out to the Brainerd 33. Clock running at 55 seconds to go. Now they're going to stop the clock. The officials will. I'm not sure what this is about. They may have should have waited to start the clock on the snap. I'm not sure. We need to have microphones on the officials, you know, like they do in college and pro.
Gary, I have a direct quote from that official. He said, "Why in the world did you stop the clock?"
Good question. We penalize a referee.
That's right.
First team for Brainerd at that point. We're in their 33. Ferguson again, staying at quarterback. Back looking. Fires in the flat's going to be complete. And then hemmed in and hit and hit and hit. Oh, it gets away from the guy. And there's a flag coming in from way back, Judge, 20 yards down the field. And they're going to call a flag at the 39. This could be a clip. I didn't see a face mask, and it's on our side of the field. We couldn't see it. Let's see what the call is.
That was a long distance penalty there. That was. It's got to be clipping.
He hurled that from a good 30 yards downfield. It's on Brainerd. Yet another penalty. Oh, it's a long one too.
Illegal use of hands.
15-yarder this time. Wow. Back to the 27-yard line. Illegal use of hands. First down, repeat first down with 45.3. Brainerd maybe just should take a knee and go to the house here.
Regroup.
I mean, we're an hour and a half, over an hour and a half into this game. We're still in the first half. Here's a pass out the left side. Boy, he's got a cannon for an arm. Here's a flag on the Bears.
We're going to get us.
Bear defender trip, and then he tripped the defender, the receiver who was intended for the pass. Flag way down to 39-yard line. They'll come back, mark from the line of scrimmage. Hold up, chain gang. Hold up, chain gang. Don't move, chain gang.
Nope, you're right.
First time of the year for them, too. It's illegal pass interference on the Bears. That's going to be the fourth penalty marked off against the Bears, I believe. And they'll mark it off from the 27, the line of scrimmage. It's not like the pros where you get it where the flag goes down. They'll bring her back. And here comes the 15-yard mark off up to the 27 to the 42. And it will be still not a first down.
42.
First and a yard to go. Well, now they've messed up the yard markers. Is it 1st and 10 or what?
No, it's not.
Oh, they've messed up the yard markers over there again. Back goes Ferguson, looking, throwing out in the flat, incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down. Now they got the chain game back. Oh, me oh my. 2nd down and 1 to go. Clock stopped now at 35.3. Earl Brainerd may pass the whole second half. They have.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Since early in the first half, they have here.
Yep.
They say with nothing about 11 or 12 penalties marked off against them. Brainerd set again. Twins either side, running back with Ferguson in the backfield. He's going to throw the ball. No, he's going to hand it off this time. Fooled me that time. And they're going to get the 1st down up to about the Brainerd 45, maybe just shy of the 45. We have 1st and 10 for Brainerd. Clock is at 29.2. They'll crank the clock as soon as they get the change set. Brainerd quickly to the line. They're lined up ready to snap the ball right now. And there's a high snap. Ferguson back, throws out into the left flat. It's going to be complete to the midfield to the 45. The Bradley 40-yard line will be a 1st and 10 for Brainerd with 12 seconds to go now. They'll stop the clock to move the chains after the 1st down. That was caught by number, it's like 14, looks like maybe. Those numbers they have are light numbers on white jerseys, are hard to read. Ferguson back looking left, throwing out a little short pass, dumps into the flat. Horn sounds ending the half. Final play of the half will be a completion down from the 46 to the 36. About a 10-yard gain there. And that will end the first half. And Brian Grisham, we're going to see if you can grab Coach at the sidelines there and get a quick thought from Damon Floyd as they head to the house here. The Bears up at half, 53-7. Let's go to the sidelines for Crawford's Pharmacy. Brian has a word with.
All right, fellas, 53-7 at halftime. Bears have dominated, to say the least. I'm going to try to catch up with Coach Damon Floyd right quick. Well, Coach, I'll tell you what, we talked about a lot of question marks coming into the ball game. The Bears have answered. Now, we've had a couple hiccups, just like, we expected. But I tell you what, the Bears have looked good.
Well, a lot of good, but there's still some negatives. I mean, I know it's 53-7, but if we're being honest, and this is no disrespect, then we just have a lot more depth and, more players than Brainerd, so they're in a tough spot here. But we have executed a lot of things that, we wanted to see. So it's not horrible. Obviously, we're happy with the results, but we still got some things to clean up.
Could be a whole lot worse.
It could be. And, last year in this, we were playing them, and we were in a ball game till the 4th quarter. So, like I said, we're pleased with the score, but now we need to start building depth and let the younger guys play, and they get an opportunity.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate you. That has been the Crawford's Pharmacy side. That's what I'm trying to say. We are at halftime. Lord, fellas, it's been such a long first half. I'm already out of it here. Back up to you guys.
Hey, you got another second half to go.
I know.
So hang in there, buddy. Your halftime score, 53-7. The Bears leading Brainerd, 53-7 the score. We'll take a 2-minute timeout here on the Buzz 101.3 and come back with the Southland Finance halftime show. As soon as we come back, though, we're going to have a trivia question. A very special halftime show with Mr. Patrick Spangler this morning. Give me an update about a lot of things here at Brainerd. Back in 2 minutes with more live coach here on the Buzz 101.3.
Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue talking love you remember. The new love we shared today.
McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers, Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Back here at Bradley Central's Jimmy Level Field in Bear Stadium on a beautiful night. Started out a little warm, it's cooled off really considerably now. We're at halftime. The Bears with a whopping 53-7 lead, and we will hit that 30-point rule where we have a 30-point lead. It'll be a running clock start of the third quarter. It'll only stop for call timeouts, injuries, or scores. Otherwise, it will roll right along. Bears at 53-7. They have had a lot of great things go their way tonight. Brainerd, unfortunately for them, has had a lot of penalties called against them. They've had some mistakes in handling the ball, some bad snaps on punts, and so forth. They've had about every catastrophe that you could have in regard to football. We had a chance this morning to record a very special spot with our principal here at Bradley Central, Mr. Patrick Spangler, and we'd like to play that for you now and just talk about some of the things that's going on here at Bradley. And man, it is amazing. And this right now will be the recorded message this morning, brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, the Beard Doctor family. And we'll be back as soon as this is complete. Here on the Buzz, 101.3, game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dot can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dot can love you. Remember the new love we shared today. Yeah.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of. McDonald's, we're making changes every day.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
Yards, and he distributed the ball pretty well. I'll give you the receptions here in a moment. 95 yards, 8 out of 11 for Alex in the first half. Brainerd had a couple of guys throwing, but they combined for 7 out of 17 for a total of 82 yards. We had one fumble by the Bears, lost that one. 4 fumbles by Brainerd. They lost 2 of them. Knox Watson recovering, and J.D. Kirkpatrick recovered the other one for the Bears. No punts in the first half for the Bears. 3 punts for Brainerd, 37-yard average. Penalties, here we go. Grandma's kick, check this out. 6 penalties against the Bears, 60 yards. 13 penalties against Brainerd, total of 108 yards. And boy, first quarter, Alex Walker to Knox Watson got the Bears on the scoreboard first, 3 yards at the 10:34 mark of the first quarter, and then we gave it right back to them on a Martell's Carter Jr. 4-yard run for a score. They deadlocked it 7-7, and then the Bears took the 14-7 lead on a pass from Walker to Wilson for 9 yards for the score. Grant Haney kicked both extra points. Then a Bears safety, the first of 2 safeties for the Bears for the night. Ball was snapped over the head of the punter out of the end zone, and that's where we ended the first quarter. Second quarter, on the very first play, Walker to J. Allen Terry for 20 yards for another touchdown. Haney again, true on the extra point. Walker to Ballard, got the Bears' second touchdown of the second quarter, 5 yards. Haney again added the extra point. Then a second Bears safety at the 9:14 mark. This one was caused by Gage Anderson for the Bears defensive team. And then Marcus Goree gave us a thrill, returning the punt 59 yards. After that safety, they had a free kick, and Goree quickly took it to the house. 59 yards. And then J. Allen Terry scored from 13 yards out. Haney again true on the kick. And then Landon Scott, 10-yard run. Landon's just a sophomore. He got on the scoreboard, capping a 53-yard drive in 9 plays. Haney again hasn't missed one tonight. So that's where we stand here at halftime. 53-7. And how was that for a quick scoring recap?
That was good. All right, let's look at our middle school report. We'd like to report to you, thanks to Mr. Andrew Jenkins down at Lake Forest, the AD down there, passing scores along to us. And also, first off, the girls' soccer team tied 2-2 with Chilhowie Middle on Tuesday night. The softball team Tuesday night beat Silverdale 1-0 behind a complete game shutout by Zella Branham and a walk-off RBI by Allie Patterson. So congratulations to the girls' softball team. They also played but lost 11-2 to Boyd Buchanan on Monday night. And just tonight, the home opener for the Lake Forest varsity team, they rolled 32-12 over Sevier County, and their home opener there for the varsity team, 32-12. Congratulations to the Bruins, and thanks to Mr. Andy Jenkins for sending that information on our middle school report brought to you here at halftime. Now, I missed our trivia question, but here it is, and it is easy. And folks, if you don't need this, know this, you don't need to eat. When was the first season, the very first season of Bear football? If you know the very first season, call us 476-0076. Be the first caller, 476-0076. The first caller to Axel, he will answer it, and he will text me the name of the winner, and you will win a large pizza from the Pizza Hut of your choice. I mean, the pizza of your choice from the Pizza Hut. So if you know the first year the Bears played organized football here at Bradley Central, which was known as Central High School at the time. No, he wasn't.
Coach Lovell was not the coach.
Coach Connie was the coach that first year.
Yep.
We'll take a break and be back in 1 minute and call 476-0076 if you know the answer to when was the very first football season here at Bradley Central. It was over 100 years ago. Back in 1 minute.
They can do it all right there on the corner of Inman and Broad.
CRCC to me.
Actually, I meant to tell you, they'll call you the answer is 1916. I need to always give you the answer before. It's 1916 is the correct answer. Somebody calls that number and buzz, and they know the answer. Write their name down, because the station will need it, and then text me that same name, if you will. 1916 is the correct answer. You should get on probably the first caller.
CRCC to me.
Yeah, you have a lot of calls.
I want to make them easy. On my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see.
Side seal, 2000. Was that 2000 we did?
CRCC stands for
something at halftime.
Price.
Yeah.
But we're a church.
That's Blake Morris had that 345-yard game.
We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose.
1916. I see 15.
It's helping people discover their gifts.
10.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's
coming. Played, it was Chattanooga. We won that game. Then we lost to a team from Athens. It wasn't me and County. They didn't start playing football until 1927. But that is still our longest rivalry here. So if you get to know the answer, call 476-0076, 476-0076. Tell Axel we have a winner. I knew it'd be quick. So he's going to text me the winner. We'll announce it here on the air for you in just a couple of moments. So, and are the teams back? We're ready for the kickoff here. Earl, we start the third quarter play. Brad will be receiving. Remember, we deferred. And this time we're going to be receiving that kickoff. And by the way, Earl, I've been looking here quickly. The most PATs in one game is 8. Grant Hayes at 7 right now. Yep. 8 is the record. 3 players, Jonathan Goins, Anthony White done it twice, and Nathan Lawson done it once. And nearest was 2015 season.
So who has the record right now?
4 guys. Jonathan Goins, okay. Anthony White did it twice in 2015.
Yep. Big Anthony.
Yep. And Nathan Lawson as well.
So he needs 2.
Yep, 2 to break it, 1 to tie. Yep. So let's hope he gets that. We're going to have a running clock here the second half, folks, so get ready for our second half of play as we close out our Southline Finance halftime show. It is early in the season, folks. And we will give you that winner's name. Here's the kickoff from Brainerd. And it is Brainerd got that. Brainerd got that to hit a Bradley player. And
was they going for an onside kick?
I was looking down. I didn't see it. To be honest, I didn't see it. That's Joe.
Joe, was that an onside kick? He just messed up.
He hit one of the linemen that bounced back towards him.
And of all people to win this, know the answer to this, it's Doc Hollywood. Doc Hollywood. He knows the answers. 1916, folks. 1916, 105 years ago. This is our 104th season of playing ball. We did not play in 1918 due to pandemic.
And Doc is the sports historian. Oh, he would get that.
Oh, he thinks he knows it all. People like him really tick off us people who do know it all. You know. Here we go. First in Brainerd as they recover that kick. From the 48, they'll hand off a little dipsy-do handoff here and hit for a gain of a yard maybe. Let's see who's carry on that. I don't know if that was Carter or not. I don't believe it's Carter. Carter's bigger than that. That is number 2. I can't even see that. The numbers are really hard to read. Number 7 on the carry. So here we go, second down and 9. After a 1-yard gain to the Bear 47-yard line. Out of the shotgun, man in motion right to left, back to pass, throwing it long down the field. Pass going to be incomplete. And man, he had a good chance. He should have caught that.
Should have caught that.
Good coverage over there by the Bears. Boy, they are stride for stride on the coverage. It's by number 25 on the coverage. And that's going to be Jake Powell again. We've called his name a few times tonight. Doc Hollywood, congratulations, buddy. You won a large pizza from Pizza Hut. A pizza of your choice. You'll need to drop in the studio there on Mouse Creek Road anytime between 9 and 5 normal business hours. They should have your name on that. So congratulations. But no, the answer was 1916, the first season we played football. 3 games that year, went 2-1. Again, a man in motion. Back to pass, looking, scrambling now, running right, running for his life, slowing down, trying to figure out a way to get out of that mess, and he is going to be hit hard. On the far sideline. They may go for this. See where they.
Why not?
Where are they going to mark him down at? At the right at the 40. They've got to get to the 38. It's going to be short
down and about 2.
Short 2 at that. They're going to go for it. Why not? You're down 53-7. I haven't given a score in a while. It's 53-7 Bears. A whopping 53 points. We have scored more than that in one half. And Earl and I were there for that game, along with Corky Wetlock. The snap is low, and that cost them there. They really messed the timing up, and the Bears will stop them defensively. The ball will go over 1st and 10 for the Bears at their 42 on the first series of the second half after Brainerd recovered the onside kick. or the botch kick, I guess it was there. So let's see who goes in for the Bears. Could be some new players. We expect to see some new ones. All marked at the 42-yard line for the Bears in Bradley Central territory. Bradley will be at home again next Friday night against Walker Valley. We'll follow that up the following Friday with Cleveland High School and the following Friday with Meehan County. So you're going to have a lot of great games. And here comes our first look at another quarterback for the Bears, number 18, who is one of the freshmen. The backup truly is a freshman. It's going to be Tyler
Cook,
a transfer from the Chattanooga area in his first time under fire here at Bradley Central. In the backfield with him is going to be number 35. There's a bad snap. So we have a new, and who's got the ball?
They got it.
And I believe Brainerd has it.
Yep.
Yep. Here goes the Bear defense on the field. Bad snap.
Willie Graves Jr. got that.
And we have a lot of new players out there, and the clock is running. We've already burned almost 5 minutes off. This will be a short half.
I don't know if Grant's going to get two cracks at it.
Well, it's not starting out exactly hunky-dory here.
26.
And, Brian, this kind of thing you can expect, a game like this. A lot of kids, first time out on the field, they're going to make some mistakes.
Fellas, there's some awful large linemen out there for the Brainerd Panthers.
Yes, they are huge. So here comes Brainerd first into Bradley 26-yard line now, trailing 53-7. The snap, the handoff, cutting up the middle. He's going to have a yard or two. And I believe that was it Jarvis that carried that? Going to be gain of 2, second down and 8. 7 minutes to go in the half, or in the third quarter now. That first half is long. I think I'm still in it. We roll under 7 minutes to go here. Out of the shotgun, all night passing. Every play, pass out the flat's going to be complete. And then hit for a short gain out and down to the 21, maybe 2-yard gain. Going to be third down. And let's see, third and about 5. Yep. 3rd and 5, right at the 20-yard line.
21. Gain of 3. 3rd down and 5.
Brainerd with Carter in the backfield now. Hope that's a new quarterback. Back pass, looking, throwing. Pass out in the flat. It's going to be flag on the Bears. I think they caught the pass anyway, didn't they?
Yeah, he caught the pass.
Falling down and making the
number 10 caught it.
Captain number 23.
Donovan Thomas.
And it'll be first and go for Brainerd now at the Bradley 2-yard line.
Take that play.
Yeah.
At the 2.
Ferguson at quarterback still. Out of the shotgun continuously. With him back there is Cam Sanders, number 2. They'll set this play. Snap to Ferguson. He will fire out in the left flat. It's overthrown, incomplete. It's going to be second down. Receiver is wanting for pass interference, but didn't get the call there.
The coverage provided there by Landon Gold.
For number 19, Romeo Hubbard. So second and go for the 2-yard line. 5:08 clock running. Boy, it's going by quick this period.
We deserve this.
Yes, yes.
Amen.
And here's the running play. He's got the touchdown. In there's number 2. That'll be Sanders. Cam Sanders, number 2, with a score. A 2-yard touchdown run with 4:54 to go. And that will stop the clock for the extra point attempt. So it's 53-13 our score. 54. And the Bears' third team will have a chance to iron out some wrinkles on the next possession here. Bears have not run a play with the one play they ran was a fumble on a bad snap. And it will be the attempt coming up.
42.
Yeah, I believe it is. That kick is no good. Timeout on the field at 4:54 to go. 53-13 score. We'll be back in 1/2 minute with the kickoff for Brainerd with the Bears on top here on the Buzz. 101.3. Back in a minute. Back in 30 seconds. Getting 30 here. 30 seconds is all we're getting. Mercy, mercy, mercy. This has been ugly, ugly, ugly.
Yeah, Bears need to get some stats going. Nothing.
I'm anxious to see Cook at quarterback.
4:54 to go and no stats at all.
Yeah.
Except a fumble.
Fumble.
No offense.
Well,
What's what a running clock will do for you.
Back here at Brainerd Central on the bus, 101.3. We have 4:54 to go. Boy, it was a quick 8 or 7+ minutes there. Brainerd took it in for their second score of the night, and here comes the kickoff. They're offsides. No call was made. And here comes the return by the Bears out to the 40, at the 40-yard line. And let's see, we'll have Tyler Cook going in at quarterback for the Bears, number 18. We'll get some other Bear names here as they take the field here. I'd like to mention as many as we can. The Bear defensive line, the entire Bear defense played well tonight. We'll pick a player of the game and a play of the game in our Jenkins Deli postgame show. But right now we have Tyler Cook at quarterback for the Bears. He is a true freshman. In the backfield, we have number 34. That is Landon Scott back there again. Bears out of the shotgun formation as usual. Be a handoff to Scott. He will come forward for some yardage out across the 40. About the 43-yard line. Let's call it a gain of
3 yards.
3, second down and 7 coming in. Scott on the play. He's a sophomore for the Bears and picked up a score in the first half. Bears lead 53-13 with 3:37 to go. And we had the latest score was Red Bank leading Cleveland 13-5. Was it Joe or 14-5? You have anything later than that? 14-5. Brad with a handoff inside. Hit a hole for a little bit of yards out to the 45. Gain of a couple of yards. Be Landon Scott. Yep. On the carry to the 45-yard line. It's going to be third down for the Bears. They've got to get to midfield for the first down. So first drive of the second half, other than the one fumble, bad snap that resulted in Brainerd taking over the ball. Bradley looking at the sidelines to get the play signal in. And we'll be set to go here in just 1 second. Here again next Friday with Walker Valley. We'll be on the air tomorrow from Ooltewah as the East Hamilton Hurricanes come to the Owls, take on the Ooltewah Owls. 7 o'clock. All right. Inside hand of Scott. He's going to lose yards. He's going to lose a couple. Back to the 43-yard. It's going to be fourth down and 7 to go for the Bears. They're going to punt it away. Red Bank up 21-12 over Cleveland High School at Raider Field. 21-12. Do you know what quarter that's in, Joe? What quarter? How far along? Third quarter. Okay. 21-12. Maryville up 38-0 in one of our region games. And Signal Mountain leading Hickson. So the Bears are going to punt. First punt of the night for the Bears. The Cleveland Utilities power punt. And back to punt is Skyler, let's see, number 18, is that Purple? Yep. No, it's Tyler Cook back. Is that Cook?
I think it is.
Cook's back there punting, 18.
Yep, 18. Yeah, that's Cook.
And I wonder if we get a flag. Delayed game, Bradley going to back it up 5 yards, make it 4th and 12. Well, Tyler Cook is not listed as one of the punters. It's Jackson Wilson, Skyler Perk, who is injured. So Tyler Cook must be the backup punter to Wilson. And being a quarterback, he can throw the ball like Jackson Wilson did a couple of times last year. But I don't think we're going to throw here. 4th and 12, ball to Bradley 38-yard line. Bears at 53-13. Bradley taking a long time. Play clock down to 7. Here comes the punt, and it's not a good one. I don't know if it was partially blocked or not. It's straight up, and it's going to hit and roll a little bit. but it's going to go to the 48-yard line. A 9-yard punt.
9 yards.
So Cook's debut as a punter was not a good one. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Well, wait a minute. Let's not take one here. Looks like they're ready to snap the ball already. Let's keep it right here. 36.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. This third quarter is over. Yes, sir. I want to tell you about our friends here at we're going to keep it here between quarters too, Axel. We'll keep it here between quarters. We got some folks we'd like to recognize. Here's Brainerd, a long pass across the middle. It's going to be incomplete, and there's the flag. This may be another pass interference on the Bears, but looked like either player had a chance at it. And it's fair game. Either player, offense or defense, can catch that ball. And that will end the third quarter play with a running clock. After 3 complete, Bradley Central 53, Brainerd 13. We'd like to remind you folks about Village Volkswagen, locally owned and a proud sponsor of local sports. Take a test drive of the award-winning, locally made VW Atlas right down here in Chattanooga. VillageVW.com is a website that you can go check out all the different models, makes, and so forth there at VillageVW.com, who, by the way, folks, are trying to hire 1,200 more workers for that humongous facility down there in Chattanooga. Also, I'd like to remind you about the Wojtek Center for Orthopedic Care. No matter if it's a sports injury, a work injury, or just an accident at home, Wojtek Center has you covered. Check in with Dr. Wojtek and his staff at Wojtek.com. Dale's Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, just call Dale's, and Lord knows we need some good air conditioning today. Earl's going to get some new this week from Dale's Heating and Air. Just call Dales.com for all your heating and air needs. We don't need heat for a while, but we do need the air right now. And also, the good friends at Tennessee Wesleyan University. Discover your path, blaze your trail. That's Tennessee Wesleyan University, and you can check out their website at tnwesleyan.edu, tnwesleyan.edu. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter play. They forgot to flip the ball. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 when they reposition the ball. So here we go with the Brainerd Rebels. Yard marker guys still trying to get lined up. They're lined up the wrong way like Bradley has the ball, but it's Brainerd's ball that to Bradley 33. Where it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Trips to the left side, little clutch of hitters, runners over there. Here goes Ferguson back to pass. He's going to the end zone, over the top, down the field. It's going to be overthrown and intercepted by the Bears. It will be a touchback, intercepted. Let's see who's got the ball down there. 29 for the Bears. That's going to be Alex Brew. Alex Brew, our baseball player, the son of Coach Mark Brew of Lee University. Alex Brew, it'll be a timeout on the field called by the officials. I think this can be maybe a water break or something. Anyway, the Bears have it 1st down and 10. Let's take a quick break here on the Buzz 101.3 with 11:36 now in the game, 53-13 Bears. We'll be back in 1 minute with more live coverage.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
An injury in the end zone by a Brainerd player who's down quite a while, and he tries to get up and hobble off, and he is on the sidelines being assisted over there But our new sponsor this year for injuries, which we hope we don't have to repeat this very often, is Direct Primary Care. It's not insurance, it's health care. DirectPrimaryCareAssociates.com. That's DirectPrimaryCareAssociates.com. We appreciate them. It's one of our new sponsors. Here come the Bears, 1st and 10, leading 53-13. They're at their own 20-yard line after the turnover. And here's a handoff to the man in the middle. Landon Scott, again, I believe, is a workhorse. He's going to get 5, 6, 7 yards up across the 25. That is Scott again. He's going to be up to the 36, gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Bears. Clock's 11:15 and running. Quick third quarter at a long first and second quarter here for the Bears. Bears have come nowhere close to sniffing the goal line this half. Cook looking at the sidelines, trying to get the play call in the backfield. Him's number 33 for the Bears, and that will be Simon Mullis, who was injured last year and hurt. And here's a high snap pulled down by Cook, and he's going to lose yardage. It's going to be 3rd down. Ball back at the 25. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 at that point. They've got to get to the 30. They start on the 20. Bears at 53-13. Cleveland's losing 21-12. Last score we had there from Raider Field. They're playing Red Bank. Walker Valley will be on the road to Notre Dame tomorrow night. I'm not sure what sister station is going to carry. We'll be on the mix tomorrow night with Ooltewah hosting East Hamilton. 7 o'clock airtime, 7:30 kickoff there. Cook out of the shotgun. Hands off to running back. He's going to have 5. He's got the first down. Is that Scott again? He'll have the first down. Yep, that is Scott, I believe. No, Simon Mullis. Simon Mullis on the carry, 33. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland forward with 9:16 to go in the game now. Good to see Simon back out there running this time. We'll have a post-game wrap-up with a player of the game, and Brian will interview that player on the field. Coach Floyd will come our way to the press box here, get some thoughts from him. As you heard him leaving the field in the first half, he's pleased with the score, but not happy with some of the things he'd seen. It is the first game, a lot to work on. Back goes Cook to pass, stepping up. But the boys got a wide field. He's 30, 35, 40, 45 to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35. Before he's finally brought down at the 35 after a gain from the 31. So 19 and 15. That's going to be 34-yard pickup for the Bears. And a Cleveland forward 1st and 10. $8:52 to go. 1st and 10 at the Brainerd 35. Simon Mullis, along with, that was the quarterback Tyler Cook that time. That right side came wide open. And here's a handoff this time. Is that Mullis again? Or 33 or 34?
That's Landon Scott.
Landon Scott, 34.
To the 30-yard line. 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 with 8:23 now in the game. 53-13 Bears. Maryville rolling tonight over Heritage. They're one of their crosstown rivals. And Cleveland losing at this time to Red Bank at Cleveland in the 3rd quarter there. 21-15. And here comes Cook from the sidelines with the next play on 2nd down and 5. He's a pretty good sized kid. They list him at, we'll get it here in just a moment. Here's a pass into the end zone. He's got a man out there. It's going to be a little bit overthrown.
Tyler Cook with a little too much air.
He is 6 foot, 175-pound freshman.
I believe he's taller than 6 feet.
I saw him the other night. He looks taller. Looks like 6'1" or 6'2".
Yeah, he's.
Not sure who 81 is for Bradley Central.
Yep, 6
Clock,
foot.
6:37 to go. Clock continues to run.
So that's DeAndre Buss.
And it will be 3rd down and 5. Bradley really taking plenty of time between plays. They're not in any hurry to run a play with a huge lead. Hey, Axel.
That's Scott.
Good Lord. Okay, what do we need to do here? Do we don't win the phone, or what do we do? Just disconnect and reconnect? Try that again like we did before?
Chalk up another tackle for Poole.
Let me disconnect and reconnect.
Also one.
And the Bears lead the offense on the field for 4th down and 5.
switch me to the phone? You know how to do that? And clock's running. Yeah, it's continuous running clock.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September.
Hit the Brainerd 30, back goes good. Oh, an intercepted going the other way.
New love we shared.
40, 45, 50, big ball down and tackle there. And it's going to be number.
17.
There's a flag. And now we got a little fracas on the field here. And here's another flag. And there's another flag and another flag.
There's no sense in getting a suspended guy.
And here comes players off the field for Brainerd from the other side. We can't have this.
Let them do whatever they need to.
And goodness gracious. This may take a while to sort out here. We'll find out here in a moment. 5:43 to go. They will stop the clock. No, the clock's going to continue to run. It may be, the game may be overtime. They figure this out, Earl, because they're going to run the clock here. So we'll have to see. No, they don't. If they don't call time, it's not for a penalty. 5:24 to go here in the period. Clock continues to run. And right now, it's going to be every official out there, I think, threw a flag. And they're writing down names and numbers right now, folks. This is not good. This is just not good for either team. It was a long interception return by Brainerd down to the Bradley 38 or 37. And then whatever happened, and the flags come flying in from every official out there, I believe. And they just kept coming. Brainerd players coming all the way across the field off the bench was an absolute no-no. Bradley had some guys, and if they may be suspended, I don't know. Coach, I don't know if we want to talk to Coach Floyd after this is over or not, Brian. I don't think we do need to talk to him.
No.
So we'll see, but officials are still all huddled up at the Bradley 35-yard line or so, trying to figure out what to do here. And they're all writing down names and numbers here, or numbers at least. They don't need names, there's numbers. And the coach, it was near the Bradley sign. The coach was out there trying to get things settled down as quick as they could, but it, it's just the way it is. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break right now, Axel. Let's send it back to the studio while they're trying to figure this out. Let's take a break. 1 minute timeout, back in 1 minute here on the Buzz 101.3.
McDonald's.
sadly, personal foul Brainerd, offsetting. Okay, so it was offsetting and nothing's called here.
I believe just one.
We're back on the buzz, 101.3 with 2:16. The clock has ran off over 3.5 minutes because it doesn't stop for a penalty, folks, and it took them a while to figure that one out. At the 39-yard line after the long interception return. Brainerd will have the ball, trying to get 53-13. The Bears have come nowhere near touching it, and we may forego the post-game interview with Damon Floyd tonight. If he comes up, we'll talk to him, but if he doesn't, we'll skip it till next week. The Bears defensively come back out on the field. The official steps back, and they're ready to start the play with 1:44 now. Clock running away here as we get ready to close out this game. The Bears up a whopping 40 points. Bryant's going to throw the ball. You can bet on that. And here comes the first play. Back goes Ferguson, looking, going to scramble now, going to roll left. Signals has got to get further down the field. Hauls off, fires a long pass, and this one is going to be incomplete. Mark Brew on the defensive end for the Bears. It's going to be second down and long with 1:17 to go and the clock running. Brainerd trying to get their guys back upfield to get off another play here. Brew's had a couple of good defensive plays tonight.
With a minute to play here in the ball game.
And here we go with 1 minute to go in the game. We may forego the handshake tonight too, Earl. And here goes Ferguson back, looking out in the flat. It is going to be complete down to the 30 for a first down to the 25. And then a couple of the Bears going to run them out of bounds. About the 20. Let's see, 22, they're going to mark him out to 22. A first and 10 for Brainerd at that point with 34 seconds to go. They're trying to get one final score under the belt they can. And with the gain down to the 22. Here's the snap. Back looking left. And he's going to be hit just as he throws. It's going to be complete down to the 10-yard line, though. And backtrack to the 15, back to the 10, and down into the 5. And there's a flag, and he's into the end zones with 7 seconds to go, and the clock is running, and it's going to end right here. They won't stop the clock for an out-of-bounds play. And that's going to be the game, and there it is. And I don't think they counted that last touchdown because it's a penalty. And not real sure. Nope. Blocking the back by Brainerd was declined. There's the penalty. Blocking the back by Brainerd was declined. So this game is over, and we do have the handshake coming up as they cross the field. The final score of the Bears, 53, and Brainerd 13. 53-13, the final score. We will take a 2-minute timeout here on the Buzz 101.3, and we'll come back with our Jinx Daily post-game show. We'll look at Earl's stats. We'll pick our player of the game and also our play of the game on our post-game show. And be back with the stats here in just 2 minutes on the Buzz 101.3. The game's brought to you by Wholesale Supply. Back in 2.
Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue talking love you remember. New love we share today.
busy trying to add up some stats. And, folks, it was as chaotic in the second half as it was the first half, and it's hard to keep stats. It's hard to do anything. And I apologize if the broadcast is not what we expect up to the professional level. We had some technical issues early on, got those squared away for the most part. But Coach Floyd is on the field with his team. He's having a long talk, especially about what happened there toward the end of the game with Brainerd. They called 2 personal foul penalties on Brainerd and threw someone out, so he's going to sit out next week. And then they called additional offsetting penalties on Bradley and Brainerd, so that nullified the penalties, I guess, for the most part there. So they kept the ball right where it was at, and Brainerd could not push it in. They did on the final play of the game. They were going into the end zone. A flag was called, would have brought the ball back because he did touch the end zone, and that play was declined by the Bears. So that penalty decline. There was a ton of penalties called in one of those ugly games. It just may be a typical opening game for both teams here tonight, and a lot of improvement to be made by the Bears in some departments. They look good in other departments, pretty much running the ball and blocking and doing the things they need to do to move the ball down the field. They had a good punt return. We only had one punt that was not good. We had one fumble punt return as well, and set Brainerd up with their first touchdown of the night. But the Bears also in the opening half recovered a Brainerd fumble inside the 20-yard line, took it in for the first score for the Bears. And Earl will recap the second half at least. Not a whole lot to recap the second half, but he'll recap as best he can with his unofficial stats here for the Bears. Again, as they win at 53-13. We're in our Jenkins Deli postgame show. Let's take another 2-minute timeout and give Earl time to get figured up here. And we'll be back in just 2 minutes with our player of the game and our play of the game. We'll announce both of those when we return here in 2 minutes on the Buzz 101.3. Buzz 101.3 in our Jenkins Deli post-game portion of the program tonight, where the Bears take it away. And our we collectively got our heads together here and announced that our player of the game is going to be J. Allen Terry, and Earl's going to give you his stats here in a moment. And our play of the game was the 59-yard touchdown return by Marcus Goree early in the first half. Those guys, I don't think, touched the field the entire second half. But, Brian, you were down on the field. From your perspective, what did you see? And we saw a lot of positive things, but we saw some very negative things, and I'm sure Coach Floyd's going to try to address that in practice starting Sunday.
Well, overall, Gary, number one, you got to start at the bottom line. Bears win by 40 points, all right? You know, everything else is details after that. You know, but to pick it apart a little bit, the Bears, for a first game out, I thought they played outstanding. Brainerd, they were outmanned from the gun, and on top of that, they were having a terrible time getting their plays in. Brainerd was, and that's the reason they had a half a dozen delayed games. The players were ready, coaches just wasn't getting it in time, and that stalled them out. And I was actually looking forward to seeing the Brainerd offense because they've got some players over there, and we didn't get to see them tonight.
Let's give a special shout out, if Joe will move back out of the camera view here, to Brett Whitehead. Brett, we know you're watching the game. This is for you, buddy. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought you were going to be here tonight, so he stood me up again. But anyway, glad that you're watching the game on the BCHS.TV tonight. And I think Damon Floyd is making his way up here to the, here comes Damon. We're going to have a post-game chat with Damon. And I'm sure he's going to be happy with some things.
Good to see you.
And got some things to work on. So, well, Coach Floyd, 40-point win is a 40-point win, but I know you're not happy. You've got a lot of things to work on here starting probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect, but, you know, we had Brainerd overmatched tonight. So, told our guys it's, you know, good that we executed on some things, but we got to clean up some mistakes. And really, we're just going to move past this one and start focusing on next week because it'll be a big one.
Yeah, you got Walker Battle. They'll play tomorrow night. You going to go down and scout them out at Notre Dame, or you're going to?
Yeah, I'm not sure what game we'll go to. We hadn't really talked about a whole lot. You know, we were just focused on this. So, we'll figure it out tomorrow. Obviously, we'll get the tape on Walker Valley Notre Dame. So, I don't know. We'll see. First
half, you had some great plays. Marcus Goree, 59-yard punt return. Alex Walker had a really, really good first half. He was on target with every pass, seemed like. And for a young guy, had to be feeling some pressure under the gun and all that. His opening debut starter looked pretty good, I thought, first half.
Yeah, we'll have to watch film, but I feel like it was pretty good. We got a lot of guys that's got talent on the team. This is God-given ability, so really it wasn't coaching. I mean, our guys were able to make some explosive plays, and it changed the game really quick. So hopefully throughout the season that continues because that makes it easier on all of us. But, you know, it seemed like in a blink of an eye we scored 28 points pretty quick. So Alex knows, too, that he's got some guys around him. Just get the ball in their hands and let them work. And you know, I thought the offensive line did a really good job of not only run blocking but also pass pros. So, you know, a lot of positives, but first game of the season and still got to clean some things up.
Well, we wish you luck next week. We'll be right here again, Walker Valley, then Cleveland, McMinn County all coming in. So we get good 4-game homestand to open the season. Congrats on the win, and go clean up what you can.
All right, we'll do it. Thanks.
That's Coach Damon Floyd on our post-game show brought to you by Jenkins Deli here on the Buzz 101.3. And Earl, we're going to go ahead and hand it to you and let you talk about some stats here. And if you'll put your headset back on, we need your mic there too. Yep. We need your mic on there so it can feed our streaming. And you take this away and give the stats.
All right. Gary, the stats ended up almost like they were at halftime. Especially for the Bears. It ended up with the Bears first downs 14, and the Brainerd Panthers ended up with 9. In the rushing department, the Bears ended up with 182 yards, and Brainerd had 20 yards total rushing tonight. Almost all of their offense was through the air, as Gary described throughout. They went almost exclusively to the pass. In the passing department, Alex Walker, I thought he did play well. In the first half, 8 out of 11, 95 yards, no interceptions. So he directed the air attack really, really well. Tyler Cook and the reserves not so hot there. They just couldn't get an offensive sync going. And it ended up the Bears for the game, 8 out of 13, had one pass picked off by Brainerd's Caleb Williams, and a total of 95 yards. So it was mostly the first half in the air. Brainerd ended up with 26 pass attempts, 11 completions for a total of 130 yards and had one pass intercepted, that by the Bears' Alex Brew. Picked that one off. 2 fumbles by the Bears. Lost them both. 5 fumbles by Brainerd. Lost 2 of those. Knox Watson and J.D. Kirkpatrick picked up those fumbles in the first half. The Bears didn't have a good punt either. Second half, just didn't play very well in the second half with that running clock. Only a 5-yard punt. 3 punts by Brainerd, all in the first half. They averaged 37 yards. Penalties were frequent. Bears ended up with 8 penalties for 80 yards, and Brainerd 13 penalties, 108 yards. And there was only the 1 Brainerd touchdown in the second half. I won't go through and recap all of that from the first half, but the final score, Gary, 53-13.
Well, let me go back to Alex Walker. What impressed me with him, as coaches will tell you, head coach in college and pros, he managed the game. He didn't make mistakes. He didn't hurt us. He didn't throw the interception. We had that by one of the backup quarterbacks there, but he managed the game, had a really good first half. By the way, we're going to have to announce our player of the game is going to be
yeah.
Jay Allen Terry.
Jay Allen Terry, and his stats, I didn't give the individual stats, Gary, but Jay Allen had a good all-round game. He was the leading Bear rusher. 5 carries, 59 yards. That's almost 12 yards a carry. And he caught 3 passes for another 64 yards. So his all-purpose was well over 100 yards tonight and scored 2 touchdowns. So Jay Allen he picked up right where he left off last year, and he's looking good.
And he's our Dale Higginair Player of the Game, brought to you by JustCallDales.com. And Earl's going to be JustCallingDales.com this week to get some.
I appreciate Dales.com. Let me tell you, those guys are wonderful to work with. I know personally now, and they are very efficient, and they're very courteous, professional people.
They want your money there, Earl. The play of the game is our punt return by Marcus Gorey, a 59-yard return. And that is brought to you by Medical Center Pharmacy. They have all of your vaccinations as well as COVID testing. MedicalCenterRx.com is our website. And north of Coy Street in Cleveland here, that's MedicalCenterPharmacy.com for our play of the game. The 59-yard punt return by junior Marcus Gorey. Our player of the game was Jay Allen Terry, a sophomore. 5 carries, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions as well. Our post-game stats brought to you, Remember Me. And, guys, a big win. It was a little ugly from time to time, but 53-13. We'll take that and move on.
We'll take it and get ready for the big 3 locally, Walker Valley, Cleveland, McMinn. It will get a lot more exciting and a lot smoother football.
And, Brian, good job on the field. Your first game with us here tonight.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I didn't get run over, and all is well, and I had a good time, great time. I was talking to people down there, and I tell you what, the Bears did what they needed to do tonight, get the win. They looked fine for the first game of this season, and now you get ready for the big ones.
And that's going to wrap it up here from Bear Stadium here at Jimmy Lovell Field on the campus of Bradley Center, where the Bears went 53-13, the final score. Cleveland was trailing 28-12, the last score we had from Raider Field in that game against Red Bank. Walker Valley will play tomorrow night at Notre Dame. I think that's a 7:30 kickoff, and we will be Mix 104 tomorrow night at Ooltewah High School. 7:30 kickoff, 7 o'clock airtime on Mix 104.1 for the East Hamilton Hurricanes and the Ooltewah Owls. For next time, this is Gary Oman saying so long for Earl Rowan. And also for Brian Grisham, and back to the studio. Great night tonight. Axel Rupizza on the board for us there. Until next time, God bless and go Bears.